chips.
You what?
I said I'm sick of fish and chips.
Oh, give over, you love them. I've seen you coming out the pub before chucking out time so you can get the chippy before the rush starts. So don't tell me you don't like fish and chips.
Well, they're all right, but not all the time. Since our Hilda went to our Trevor's, I've had nought else.
Do you know, I think it's very touching the way you miss your Hilda.
I like variety in my grub. I'm sick of fish.
Come on, give it here then.
Jim, well, that's me den there.
Hey, now that's interesting. Now that is interesting.
What is?
This advert here in the business opportunities. Go ahead engineering firm requires capital injection. Partnership offered, working or sleeping.
What's it mean, sleeping?
Well, it means you're a partner, like you get after profits, but you don't do nothing.
Hey, that's all right, isn't it?
You got to put a lot of money in first.
I knew there'd be a snag in it.
Hey, there's another one here. Japanese cameras. Owing to the death of private importer, executive offers first-class cameras at rock-bottom prices. First 6,000 secures.
A trick to get your money off you. They're getting out from me.
Oh, no, I think these are all above board, these, Stan. Anyway, what are you talking about? You haven't got any money to be robbed off, have you?
Well, neither have you.
I might have. Since I've been working for Fairclough, I've put a bit aside, you know.
What, for a partnership or them cameras?
Well, I mean, there are other business opportunities, you know. Yeah, there's money here.
Partner to a rag and bone man, seeing as a donkey's died.
You may scoff, Stanley, but I have got what it takes to be a capitalist. All I'm short of is a bit of capital.
It's not a race, you know. I mean, there's no prizes, you know, for who can guzzle it fastest. It's like talking to myself, isn't it? I went to a lot of trouble on this dinner. I was preparing it last night when I could have been watching telly. I put it in oven on timer this morning for you.
Very tasty, love. Yeah, it's great, Mum.
Well, how would you know? You're shifting it too fast to flipping taste it.
I'm in a rush.
Not to get back to work, I'll bet a pound.
I'm eating Galen Rovers.
I should have known, shouldn't I? You spend half your time rushing round, don't you, when that girl calls you? Has she got you on end of elastic band or what? And don't slam that door.
Hey, I wish you'd give over nagging at him.
I'm not nagging him, Bert.
Yeah, you're always on at him.
Look, I just bother about him. I take an interest in him and his future. I wish you'd the same.
What are you talking about? Of course I take an interest in him.
No, you don't, because if you did, you'd be worried about him, wouldn't you? Him and Gail. They're too friendly for my liking.
Give over. I was just the same at his age. All lads are like that, you know what I mean? Look, love, there's nothing you can do about it. Lads like girls.
I'm not talking about girls, Bert. I'm talking about one girl.
Well, she seems a nice enough lass to me.
He's too young. Look, my grandma used to tell me a little poem when I were a girl. She used to say, it's easy enough to be 21 and it's easy enough to marry. But when you try both games at once, it's a blooming big load to carry. And she was dead right and all.
I know.
Well, it's an intercon system, see? And when you're on the road, you can talk to your brilliant passenger. You don't have to keep turning round and shouting.
Do change the record, Brian. It's bikes, 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 and more flaming bikes.
And what's wrong with that? It's more interesting than what you like talking about.
It's boring, isn't it, Gail? Come on, I've heard you moaning about it. You see, she won't admit it to your face, but I've heard her saying how boring it is, you and the bikes.
Is that right?
Of course it isn't. Oh, you lie. You were on about it the other night.
I wasn't. Take no notice. She's just trying to stir it.
God, I'm bored round here. I wouldn't mind getting away. Hey, Easter's coming up soon. Are you two doing anything?
I wouldn't mind going away for a couple of days.
Whoa, it's a bit cold Easter, though.
Well, it depends where you go and what you do. April in Paris.
Oh, yeah? Oh, we might go on a cruise on my daddy's yacht.
Be nice, though, going away just as spring's breaking through. What do you think?
Well, it all comes down to money, doesn't it? Any road, I've got to get back to work.
Do you have to rush off already?
You doing it again? Sounding just like me, ma'am. Yeah, I do have to rush off. See ya.
What? I think if I'd have got rid of mine... That was a rotten trick. Telling Brian I said he was boring. He is boring.
He doesn't take you anywhere, does he? He just beckons with his finger and you go trotting along. Nah, Brian's sort of end up with his mother in the finish. You'll see.
It's not like that. You don't know him like I do.
Give us a pint of bitter luck. Right. Or I'll have hemlock if you got me on draft.
What's up with you? You've got a face like a wet Sunday.
I'm frustrated, that's what's up.
What you need's a lady friend, love.
Not that sort of frustration. Mind you, I wouldn't say no to the right girl if she asked me nicely. No, it's financial frustration.
When did you ever need more than the price of a pint? Anyway, I thought you'd have a bob or two in your pocket now you're doing a bit for Len.
I'm talking about real money, Betty. Capital. If I'd have had a bit to start with, I could have turned it into $1 million. You know, life's not fair. I should have been born as a woman.
You've got to be joking.
Well, women always have capital, don't they? I mean, their face is their fortune and their figure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it starts off as an asset and then some fella turns it into a liability for you.
Well, I could have done it if I'd have had the right start.
Yeah, excuses. Hey, I was reading about a bloke that started with a few hens and he's finished up a millionaire poultry breeder.
Hens, eh?
Yeah?
Ah, yeah, well, he probably had the land to put them on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you call agricultural, you see.
Ah.
I mean, land is money, you know.
Yeah. Hello, love. How's Alf today?
Always improving.
Good.
He's asked me to come in and thank you for the flowers and messages.
Right, now what are you going to have for a drink?
I think I'll have a tomato juice, please, love.
Okay, Betty, I'll have my usual and a tomato juice.
Right.
Sure there's nothing off in there, Fred.
Hi, Albert. I saw you down Canal Street this morning, Albert. Gone to your allotment, were you?
Oh, well, and by heck, it needs a lot doing to it.
Ah, well, I mean, you've got the weather for it, haven't you?
I know, but it's hard work. I reckon it's getting a bit too much for me.
Well, you want to use your head, Albert, instead of your legs, don't you?
I don't.
Grow something that's not so difficult, like, asparagus or rhubarb, horseradish.
Now then, Mr. T, is that paid for?
No, not yet.
Right, well, I'll get that then.
You will.
There we are. Now then, Mr. T, I heard what you were saying about being fed up of working on your allotment.
Oh, now you're going to come and help me?
That is exactly what I am going to do, Mr. T.
Oh, what's the catch?
There's no catch. It's just that I like helping people, that's all.
Why?
I am going to take out all the back-breaking toil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. No more weeding, no more spade work. My hens will do all that for you.
What hens?
The hens I'm going to put on your allotment.
Look, you're not having any hens on my allotment.
Well, part your allotment, then.
No. Well, not unless the price is right.
The price will be right, and I'll tell you what.
What?
To keep the taxman happy, I won't pay you in money, I'll pay you in eggs.
Right, you're on. I'll get out, Kendall, go and get some wire, shoot round and make a proper hen run.
Great. All we need now are the chucky hens.
A packet of pearl barley, please.
Oh, now then. You know, I'm not sure where everything is yet, but I've seen some in the stockroom.
Yes.
So won't be a take.
Afternoon. Is Miss Bradshaw back?
There's no Miss Bradshaw here.
Oh, has the shop changed hands then?
No, she's changed her name. She's Mrs. Roberts now.
Oh, I see.
Where to keep you, Mrs. Sharples? Oh,
Mavis, what are you doing here?
I work here.
Well, that's why I'm here. I mean, not because you're working here, because I'm working here.
Hey, hang on, young man. You can wait here at your turn, shall I?
Oh, sorry, yes, of course.
Is that my barley clutching in your little hand?
Yes.
Yes, right. Well, I want 3 pounds of potatoes.
Oh, right, Mrs. Sharp. That's £1.12, I'm afraid, Mrs. Sharples.
Isn't it terrible?
Yeah.
10, 12.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Right, young man. The floor is yours.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Well, this is a surprise. I didn't expect to see you in here.
No, I don't suppose you did.
You changed your job then? That's quite a coincidence.
No, I haven't actually. I'm just helping Renee out. Mrs. Roberts, well, I mean, her husband's in the hospital, so she wants to visit him as much as she can.
Oh, I see, yes. So you're still at the cabin then, really? I was thinking of calling there, actually. Eventually.
Well, what was it you wanted?
Hmm? Oh, I'm not a customer, Mavis. Oh, no, I'm selling. Well, hoping to, anyway. I work for Sandycrofts now.
Sandycrofts?
Seasonal novelties, mainly. Confectionery, you know, and confectioner's sundries. We do dozens of different lines.
But you always used to be in office furniture before.
Well, a lot can happen in a year, Mavis. I've struck out a little. I decided it was time I should look for fresh fields and pastures new.
I thought you were in that job for life.
Yes, well, there were one or two things I didn't quite see eye to eye with them about. This seemed like a good move. Of course, it's not easy work, you know. Oh, no. Mind you, we do find our Easter bunny is a wonderful seller.
Well, I don't know anything about these things.
We do a very competitive offer with this one. Very competitive. Sandy Crofts believe in giving the retailer the finest possible deal. It works out at, here's the price list.
Yes, but I haven't got the authority, you see.
Pardon?
To buy anything, Rini does all the buying.
Oh. I was hoping to get rather a good order here. In fact, I was depending on it.
Well, sorry, but that side of it's all a closed book.
No, you keep them. Well, I better be battling on elsewhere then. Got to keep trying. Soldier on, notwithstanding. It was very nice to see you again, Mavis. Well, goodbye then.
Goodbye. I could ask her if you like. I mean, she'd probably be popping in on her way to the hospital. Well, I could ask her if she's interested.
Oh, would you? I'd be most grateful.
Well, will you call back later then?
I will. Thank you, Mavis. Thank you very much.
Must you do that in here?
Huh? Well, where do you want me to do it? In the bedroom?
Well, I don't want to come home from work tonight and find this place a tip. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Come in, love. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Tinsley.
Hi.
Our Brian's not here. I thought you were meeting him earlier on anyway.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him.
Put kettle on, Ivy. You'll have a cup of tea with us, won't you, love?
No, thanks, I'm not stopping. I just called round to leave these for Brian. I thought you could have a look at them when he gets back from work.
Oh. Holidays, is it?
Yeah, bargain breaks. There's some Easter ones, long weekends and things like that. Quite reasonable, some of them.
Just the thing this time of year, eh? A nice weekend away somewhere.
Gail, can I ask you something?
Yeah?
Well, we were just wondering, Bert and me. What religion are you?
Religion?
Yes.
Well, I'm not much of a churchgoer, really, but I suppose I'm C of E.
We're Catholic, you know.
Yeah, I gathered that from Brian. But I don't think it matters what you are these days.
No, of course it doesn't, love. It used to at one time, you know, but not anymore. No, we're all ecumenical now, aren't we?
Yeah. Look, I'd better be going. I'll be late back for work. See ya.
See ya. Ta-ra, love. Take care.
Ta-ra. What the heck did you have to go and say that for? About it not making no difference?
Because it doesn't, that's why. And while we're on about it, what the heck do you think you were playing at, eh? Trying to frighten her off or something?
I was going to have a serious talk with her, Bert, till you stuck your oar in.
Were you? You were trying to cause trouble, you mean? And you will do, you and all, won't you? You'll not be flaming satisfied till you've started something.
Don't you answer your phone anymore?
Yeah, of course I do. What's the matter?
Harry Gledhill phoned here and he got no reply. Then he phoned me at the cabin. And then I phoned here and I got no reply. So that's why I've come.
You sound out of breath. Have you been running?
Yes, I have been running. Because I knew you should be working here. And when you didn't answer...
Oh, I see. You thought I'd be lying on the floor with my arms folded neatly across my chest,
Len,
didn't you?
don't joke about it. Yes, it did cross my mind.
I'm as right as rain, darling. Honest. And the reason you didn't get a reply is the fact that I went out for a butty to the Flying Horse. I was only away for 10 minutes, no longer.
I suppose you think I'm daft, don't you? But ever since you had that fainting do, just think yourself lucky I worry about your fur club.
Do think myself lucky.
Harry Gledhill.
What's so important that he's trying to get me?
He's got a leak or a burster, summit at factory, and he thinks it's going to turn into the biggest flood since the Noah's Ark, and he wants you to go and fix it for him.
Well, as Harry is the one of the people who pays his bills when he do a job for him, I shall oblige. I've got my van keys here somewhere. Can you see them? Have a look. Now, kill him.
What's the matter?
Dear Len, I've borrowed van for half an hour. Ta very much, Eddie.
Yes.
Who else would have the flaming cheek?
That's 18 pence change. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, here I am again. On the off chance. I don't suppose you've had a word with Mrs. Roberts, have you?
Yes, I have had a word with her, and she's had a look at the sample, and she said I can give you an order.
Oh, that's marvellous.
Well, that is providing you can guarantee quick delivery, you see, because she says she thinks you'll have to sell them quick, otherwise she'll be stuck.
Oh, yes. Well, they'll be here, no, not tomorrow morning, morning after. How many would you want?
Well, I was thinking 3 dozen.
Is that all?
Well, it's only a small shop. I mean, we don't have a big turnover in confectionery.
They're big sellers, Mavis. They've got a wonderful track record of our Easter bunnies.
Well, yes, I dare say, but Rini said just a moderate order.
I call 3 dozen less than moderate, Mavis. Don't like to think what my area manager would call it.
Is he very demanding?
He's implacable, Mavis. He keeps saying, I don't understand the word failure. It is not in my personal dictionary. He says that a lot.
Well, perhaps we could increase the order a little.
Oh, I'd be deeply grateful, Mavis. And of course you'd be doing yourself a favour. Well, not yourself, but Mrs. Roberts, because they're great favourites with the kiddies.
Oh, go on then. You can put us down for 6 dozen.
If you take the gross, you'll find the terms are very, very attractive. And we do throw in an extra half dozen, entirely free and clear to the retailer, if you take the gross.
Well, perhaps we'd better do that then.
Easter bunnies, 1 gross. That's very nice of you, Mavis. It's particularly nice of you, considering that misunderstanding between us. I mean, you not taking it out on me in my capacity as salesman.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Some people would, Mavis. Then, of course, I've always known you're not like other people. I was just wondering, would you care to come for a drink after you close this evening? I mean, just as a token of esteem and a small thank you.
Well, yes, all right then, Derek.
You called me Derek. I was beginning to think you'd forgotten.
There we are, how about them?
Hens? What the heck are you playing at?
Them hens are the start of something big.
What are you talking about? And get them off that table.
Hang on, them hens are going to make my fortune. Hey, and don't worry, I'll look after you. I won't forget me pals when I'm up there in the big time, you know.
They're not stopping here.
Of course they're not. They're going on Albert Tatlock's allotment. Hey, they've been a bargain. Practically a giveaway.
Going cheap, were they?
No, they weren't going cheap. They were going cluck.
Yeah.
Oh, but seriously, Stan, I couldn't let them go at that price. The only snag is that, well, I can't put them on Albert's allotment until tomorrow, till it's wide off, you know.
Where are you going to put them till then? No, and that's final.
Only till tomorrow, Stan, till the rum's ready, you know.
Ariel, they'll go flaming mad.
Yeah, but she's not here. There'll be no trouble, honest.
I'm not having them clucking at me while I eat me dinner and watch telly. You can put them in the back.
Stan, you're a prince, and I won't forget.
Only till tomorrow.
Only till tomorrow, right.
Have you quite finished with that van of mine?
Oh, yeah, boss. I was just going to bring it back to the yard.
Give us the keys. And if ever you slope off with the van again like that, I'll have you.
Only borrowed it for an hour.
I had to go out on a flipping emergency, didn't I? I only roll up in a flipping taxi, didn't I? You're a dead loss, Yates.
That's something else I won't have to put up with much longer. Slaving away for the likes of him and getting abused for it.
You reckon there's money in them birds?
Stanley, them birds are little feathered gold mines. And they're going to lay me their golden eggs.
Hello. Evening, Mr. Sharples.
Evening.
Uncle Albert, I've got some news for you. It's not very good news, I'm afraid, about those chickens you were planning.
What about them?
Well, the allotment's out, I'm afraid. I did a quick check at the town hall and they threw a couple of bylaws at me.
Well, I could have told him that. No hens on allotments.
That's right. No sheep, no cows, no pigs. Pigeons, yes.
I don't want any blooming pigeons. But it shows you what things are coming to, doesn't it? 4 years I fought for this flaming country. Now can't keep a few hens. I reckon I better go into Eddie Yates before he buys some.
He'd already offered me free-range eggs.
Oh, you'll get over it eventually. Will you have a drink with me, Mr. Sharples?
Well, I wouldn't say no to a milk stout.
Right. Milk stout, please, Betty, and a half, please.
OK, dear.
Oh, yes. This past 12 months, my life's undergone considerable changes. Quite major changes, really.
How's your mother keeping?
Oh, quite well. Yes, thank you. Remarkably well, considering.
Well, I can't say there's been many changes in my life. In fact, offhand, I can't think of a single one.
I don't see anything of Beryl nowadays, you know. Our engagement was never resumed. Not that it should have happened in the first place.
Okay. I don't want to talk about that if you don't mind.
No, of course not, Mavis. I quite understand. It was all very regrettable. I should never have involved you in the unpleasantness. I quite realise that. But that's why I've made a big effort. A new job, a new approach to life.
Yes, but what you were saying about your boss, well, it doesn't sound as if your new job's been all that good a move.
Well, actually, Mavis, I might have exaggerated the difficulties a little there. I am doing rather well.
Well, I've got the impression you were having a difficult time.
Well, yes, that's all part of my sales technique, Mavis. I find it helps to move the product. Actually, I've had a really good month. I could end up with the prize as the firm's salesman of the month.
My word, you can be deep when you want.
Well, you have to be, Mavis. It's a jungle out there. I hope I've not disillusioned you at all.
No, I think a touch of ruthlessness is quite an attractive quality in a man.
You were very helpful giving me that order. You could be even more helpful if you ordered some stock for the cabin as well. We do some very attractive chocolate chickens.
I don't see why not.
Oh, Mavis, you're one of the best. You know that? One of the very best.
Hey, they like cornflakes.
They'll want better than cornflakes, Stanley.
What do you mean better than that? I like them. Good enough for me, good enough for them.
Listen, we'll get the eggs rolling off the production line nice and steady, and then we'll expand. Before you know where you are, it'll be oven-ready birds, mate.
You got the birds, then?
We certainly did, Albert. And tomorrow, we'll have the run fixed up on your allotment.
That's what I've come to tell you. No ends on my allotment.
You what? We've got a deal.
But it's got nothing to do with me. Council bylaws. No ends on allotments. It's not my fault.
Now what are we going to do with them?
What do you mean, we? They're your birds, mate. No to do with me.
Come on, girls, breakfast time. See what your Uncle Eddie's got for you. Some of Uncle Monkey Gibbons, porridge oats, not to mention a cold sausage that he was going to put on a muffin. There we are. Now I want you to eat all that up, girls. Eat it all up. Come on, chucky hens. I want you hens nice and fat and big, so that you can lay nice big fat eggs and make your Uncle Eddie a nice big fat fortune. Come on, chump away.
Oh, it's you. I thought it was a dog.
Doesn't spring have any effect on you, Stanley? You looked like that in January, like Moby Dick on an off day.
I haven't slept all night for those chickens of yours. Squawk, squawk, squawk.
Chickens don't squawk, Stanley. They cluck. Don't you hear me, little darlings?
Them squawk.
Look, you'll change your tune if there was a million of them, wouldn't you? Hey? And we had the concession for every Chinese chippy in England, Scotland and Wales.
The best thing with them is to wring their necks. But you can have chicken dinner for a week.
Shh, don't say that, Stan. They'll hear you, not in front of them. You'll put them off laying for life. Hey, I wonder.
They've made a mess of this yard too, haven't they?
Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Stanley! It's happened! It's a miracle! We're in business.
One measly pullet egg.
One measly... Stanley, have you got no imagination? This is like the very first bean that was ever baked. And I bet there was some geezer then with the vision of a bat who scoffed and said one measly baked bean. But how many baked beans are there now, eh? Millions, trillions. Do you know what I'm going to do with that? I am going to fry that in a spot of butter. And if you play your cards right, you can dip your butter in the yolk.
What's up, love?
Indigestion, love.
Well, have you took something for it?
Of course I've taken something for it. I took something in the night, didn't I?
Well, I never noticed you get up.
I know. You never noticed me get up. Hey, must have been that cheese I had last thing at night.
Well, you shouldn't eat cheese last thing at night then, Bert, should you?
Well, it doesn't give me indigestion every time, does it? Only sometimes.
Bert,
What?
why is it that all your bodily functions are so unpredictable? You know, like sometimes cheese gives you indigestion, other times it doesn't. Sometimes fish brings you out in a rash, other times not. One week something is giving you the collywobbles, and the next week it's bunging you up.
Because I've got a very sensitive alimentary tract, haven't I?
That's what it is. Do you want that breakfast or not?
I'd love it, love, but no, I just can't face it, you see.
Brian, would you like your dad's breakfast?
I haven't got time to eat, Mum. You can make me a sandwich if you like.
Well, what sort of rule? She's not going to eat yet.
I want to see Gail.
I want to see Gail. You were out till God knows what time we had last night, weren't you? Well, weren't you?
Well, I wasn't on my own in Corporation Park.
You're not too big to get a good hiding, laddo.
Well, you can't say a good word about her, can you? And for your information, she's beginning to notice.
Ask you now. I am upset.
Oh, come on, Mum. Gail's all right, isn't she, Dad?
I've nothing against her except her sex.
Oh, I could understand it if I were going out with, well, one or two I know.
Oh, and who might they be, Mantas?
Hey, that one who works in Butterfield's office. What a cracker, eh? And the cheeky madam.
I
She
thought
always
you'd got indigestion.
Yeah, I have, love. I have.
Look, it's not that I don't like Gail, Brian. It's just, well...
It's what, Mum?
I just don't think she's right for you, love.
Oh, and it's not because she's not a Catholic, then?
No. Mind you, I'd prefer it if she was.
Look, when did I last go to church? Last Easter.
Well, perhaps if you got a good Catholic girl, you'd start going a bit more often, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Like me dad goes with you. I don't think.
Brian, look, love, all I'm saying is don't start getting serious. You're too young, love.
It's not getting serious, are you, Bri?
I don't know. I might be. See ya.
Sure.
You're going about it the wrong way, I'm telling you.
Oh, perhaps you'd just rather I let it happen, then.
Well, it might not. Happen, I mean.
Morning. Oh, hello, Derek.
Is it,
Yes, I'm not busy, as you can see.
lull in the storm, eh?
No, it's been like this all morning, really.
Oh. Calm before the storm, then?
Oh, well, I doubt it. Wednesdays aren't usually very busy around here.
Oh. I'm delivering, Mavis.
Pardon?
The order. What you ordered.
Oh, well, that's quick.
An order promptly executed is an order reordered.
That's very true. Did you make that up?
No, it's in the Bible.
Is it? Well, I've never seen it.
No, not that Bible. My Bible. Sort of salesman's guide, handbook, you know.
Oh, you mean like you get with a car?
Yes.
What page are your tyre pressures on?
Hmm?
Oh, hello. I'm just off now, love. I want to do some shopping before I go to the hospital. I'll need some new pyjamas. They just fit where they touch. Now, you'll be all right, won't you?
Oh, yes, of course I will.
Anyway, if you've any problems, ring the TUC. The government always do, don't they? Ta-da.
I hope you find Mr. Roberts much better today.
Oh, he's slowly improving, thanks. Ta-da, love.
Bye. What that woman's been through.
I can imagine. Right. I'll go and fetch the stuff then, shall I?
Yes, I'm dying to see it. Oh, by the way, have you heard any more yet about your salesmanship prize?
Oh, no, I'll hear later today. And do you know what?
What?
If I do win it, you will be partly responsible. That was a very good order you gave me, Mavis.
Well, every little helps, I suppose.
Well, now, shut your eyes and see what the Lord will send you. No, come on. No peeping.
That is the best egg I've ever tasted in my life. That yolk was a mystical experience, and the white was a meal in itself. If this was Russia, the hen that laid that egg would get the Order of Lenin, no danger.
You know, it's the order you'll get when Hilda gets back and sees that mess out there, don't you? The Order of the Boot.
You've forgotten again, haven't you, Stanley? This is your house, remember? 5 blade doors down from the rovers, a quick latch to the left, and you flatten your face in your lobby.
And you've forgotten, haven't you?
Like what?
How Hilda blames you for everything that goes wrong round here. She knows I'm weak, and you're a bad influence.
Do you know something, Stanley?
What?
That sounds suspiciously like an intelligent remark. You're going to have to watch it, you are. You won't be able to live the life of a layabout if people think you're not as daft as you seem.
I can be intelligent, if I want to.
Mind you, you're right about your Hilda. That is a risk I'll just have to take. I mean, Charlie thought he didn't turn down his chance of building his catering empire because he knew buns made your fingers sticky, did he? No. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with them hens.
Bring that scraggy necks.
I'm going to build them a coop. They're far too valuable to be roaming round the backyard at the mercy of tomcats and dustbin men, especially the little belter that laid that egg.
Gonna get a coop?
That's going to cost you.
Stanley, there's nothing in this wide world that need cost you. It can all be got with a bit of charm and persuasion. You see, that's what I've got in common with millionaires. We don't need money. Well, not much.
I'm telling you, Ken, we're two nations. There's no doubt about it. That's what worries me.
Oh, I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, then.
Is it? You listen to any discussion nowadays about labour relations or politics? Radio, television or papers? And you get two sides with opposite views. You'd think they belong to two different worlds. You'd sometimes think they belong to two different species. One side won't listen to the other and vice versa. No. All they do is snarl at each other. And that's what makes me nervous. Because what happens when the snarling stops, eh? Bang, bang.
Oh, come on, Lem. We're a very tolerant society in this country, always have been. We're famous for it.
We were tolerant, but not anymore. What the hell do you want? Who said you were needed today?
Have I come at a bad time?
There are no good times here, mate.
He's feeling like that.
Don't tell me. Money, Mrs. Fairclough, or politics?
Politics, I'm afraid.
Now, that is what they ought to freeze, not wages. Politics. I'll tell you, if ballroom dancing attracted as many undesirables as politics, they'd ban it. They would. Now, what did I come in here for?
The answer's no.
How would you like to go through life saddled with a reputation like that, eh?
Yes, and it's so undeserved, isn't it, Eddie?
Absolutely. Oh, I know. Mr. Fairclough, you know Mrs. Capstick in Cotton Street? Nice old soul, lives on her own. Well, she's been given an old English sheepdog, and I said I'd make it a bit of a run for it in the back garden, you know, and I was wondering whether he had a few bits of gash timber lying about, like.
Yeah, well, I don't believe a word of it. But you'll find some gash timber out there.
Ta.
Cost you £5.
2.
Done.
Oh, look at these. Aren't they lovely? When did you get these?
Just this morning.
Oh, and did you order them? Not really?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
Off Derek?
Yeah.
Like you ordered them that he's just left at the cabin?
Yes.
Well, you can just unorder them or buy them or eat them, because I don't want that lot at the cabin. All right. Message received and understood?
But I was just trying to do Derek a good turn to help him in his new job.
Tough.
Hey, I'd nearly given up.
I hope you know it takes it out of me coming all this way home over dinner time. Must be another half a mile at least, you know. It's not half as convenient as Inkerman Street used to be.
Listen, exercise will do your indigestion good. That's probably what you're short of.
You're joking. With my job, walking round that factory floor all day, carrying a big bag of heavy tools most of the time and all.
That's only ambling, isn't it? I mean, that's not exercise. Listen, you've got to go to Lickbert to make walking do you any good, and that's a fact.
I'll try jogging round the machines in future, Sugar. Will that suit? You never know, it might just catch on. Might even be the answer to all our problems. Where's our Brian then? Not coming home for his dinner or what?
Probably be holding hands with that young girl, won't he? You know he's been missing out on his night school classes to go out with her, don't you?
How many? Well, go on, how many?
Well, last Wednesday for one. Because Vera saw him at Roxy.
Oh, that's only once. Look, Ivy, I'm telling you, just leave well alone. Let it run its natural course. If you oppose it, all you'll do is nurture it.
It's a romance, Bert. It's not a blooming garden.
Very funny. Well, I'm telling you, you just listen to me.
Do you know what? Do you know what you should have been?
What?
You should have been one of them, psychologists. That's what you should have been.
True. They've also made a better outside right than Stanley Matthews.
We use the hard wall as the back and then batten along here. I mean, it's as good as made. Are you listening?
No.
You've been studying the same page of that racing paper for the last 3 hours solid.
I've got a feeling I'm missing something vital.
Like what?
A clue, a sign, you know, other than form. I mean, you can't back winners on that.
Do you know, I had a lucky sign a couple of weeks ago. I saw this jockey had red hair, and I remembered my Uncle Arthur had red hair, and when he fell down the cellar steps, he only broke 2 legs.
Did it win?
No, it fell before the first fence. What do you think of my artist's impression, the Enku?
Not much. That's my window cleaning book you've got.
Oh, is that what it is? Who's this, Teabag Doris?
Oh, that's 3 Green Street. She asked if he got any old tea bags, because she dries them and uses them again.
And what about this one? I'm upstairs.
Oh, 31 Vine Street. When you ask for the money, she says, it's on the old stand. And when you pick it up, she says, I'm upstairs.
Do you know, the whole of human life is in this book, isn't it?
And all my fibbing customers.
Rita, Derek's here.
Oh, yes, so he is.
Hello, Derek.
Rita, I believe you've got a problem with those Easter novelties you, Mavis, ordered.
No problem. I don't want them.
See, I told you she was adamant, Derek.
But why? They're a very marketable line, those Easter novelties, especially.
At Easter.
I don't want them. I don't like them. I think they're a load of rubbish.
What do you think about them, Mr. Fairclough?
Leave Mr. Fairclough out of this. I'm boss at cabin.
I don't agree they're rubbish, Rita. They're very good value for money. You'd have to go a long way to find anything of similar quality at such a competitive price.
He talks like a real salesman, doesn't he?
He is a real salesman.
I don't want them. I'm sure they won't sell. I don't like them.
Well, in that case, I'll have to take them back, won't I? And what Mr. Sandycroft will say, I do not know.
Who's Mr. Sandycroft?
He's only Derek's boss.
Well, what's he got to do with it?
Oh, tell her, Derek.
No. I don't want her to feel sorry for me.
Sorry for you. What are you going on about?
Derek, tell her, I insist.
All right. But don't think I'm trying to make you change your mind by telling you a sob story. It's just that, well, I'm in line for Salesman of the Month.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice?
But if I start returning orders, then it's goodbye to a weekend in Paris.
For 2.
Yes.
Oh, you're rotten, Rita Fairclough.
It's blackmail.
I did say I wasn't trying to influence you, Rita. Didn't I say I wasn't trying to influence
Yes, you
Mavis?
did.
Yes, I did.
All right, I'll keep your flaming Easter novelties, but I'll tell you this. Any that don't get sold, you, Riley, can pay for 'em out of your wages. And you can wipe that smile off your face and all.
Hi.
Hiya. Hey, what you doing here?
I shouldn't be here.
You're gonna get the bullet if you keep skiving off.
I wanted to see you.
You only saw me at dinner time.
Brian,
Yeah?
I've been thinking.
What?
Maybe we ought to finish.
Eh?
Well, it's causing all this trouble between you and your mum, isn't it?
Do you want to finish?
It might be the best for everyone.
I said, do you want to finish?
No.
That's it then.
Brian,
What?
do you want to finish?
Don't be daft. Hey, what's this all about anyway?
I told you. I don't like causing all this trouble between you and your mum.
She'll get over it. She always does. She just likes to argue. Well, you know that for yourself. She's always shouting her mouth off all the time for that flaming union. Gets to be a habit.
But supposing she doesn't get over it?
She will.
Supposing she doesn't?
She will.
Would you keep going against her?
I won't have to.
Would you?
Well, of course I would.
It's easy to say that now.
Look, Gail, I'm not a kid. If I want to go out with you, I'll go out with you. My mum wouldn't stop me.
She thinks it's more than that. More than just going out. That's why she's so upset.
Well, she's right, isn't she?
Is she?
As far as I'm concerned, she is.
As far as I'm concerned, she is.
I've been thinking too.
Oh?
How do you fancy getting engaged?
All right.
Well, do you think we'll sell all these?
Oh, don't you?
I don't know. Not having sold anything of the sort before.
I'm sure we'll sell them. What do you think, Mr. Sharp?
I don't see why not. It's something for folk to spend silly money on, and a lot of that going on just now. How's your Ralph?
Oh, another improvement. He manages one every day.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. Do you know, it's a pleasure to go to the hospital now to see him waiting there with a smile on his face. Oh, but before, when he was unconscious, I dreaded going. That walk from ward door to bed put years on me.
I can imagine.
Anyway, all that's behind us now. Problem is, do we sell this lot or go bankrupt?
Oh, I'm sure we'll sell them, really.
Do you know, that That fellow of yours is a better salesman than he looks.
Oh, he is. He is a good salesman, Derek is.
Derek, eh?
Yeah, Derek Wilton.
Oh, that's the young man you can't make up your mind about, isn't it?
There's nothing to make my mind up about, Mrs. Sharp.
Well, why are you blushing then?
I'm not blushing.
I've made a decision.
I thought I could smell burning.
For the sake of peace and quiet and no violence when our Hilda gets here, your chickens have got to go. Like now.
Stanley, I admit that your Hilda might be a bit upset with the hens roaming round the yard. But on reflection, they haven't made that much mess, you know. They've only moved about the mess that was already here. Anyway, when the hen coop's built, they'll be ensconced, won't they?
Can you do that to chickens? It hurts.
Ensconced means they'll have somewhere to live in. Oh. And then your Hilda won't have anything to object to, will she? And especially when she starts cracking them fresh eggs into her cream bun mixture.
Doesn't make cream bun.
Well, she'll have to start, won't she?
There'll be violence, I know there will.
Stanley, some things are worth fighting for.
There you are. It's very nice seeing you around these parts
Oh.
again. No, really.
Well, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I think you might be seeing quite a lot of me in the future.
Oh. Hey, Fred, it's on again.
Huh?
Mavis and Derek, you just told me it's on again.
I heard that conversation, Betty, and I didn't hear one word might even suggest that.
Oh?
You know what you're doing, don't you? Well, because you've got no love life of your own going, you've started to develop a sort of unhealthy interest in other folks' love life. So much so that you started inventing things. You want to watch it, Sunshine. Watch it.
Oh, you can be a tease, Derek Wilton. What is it you've got to tell me?
Guess.
I can't have no idea.
You must have.
Well, give me a clue.
What follows day?
Night?
Exactly.
What was that a clue?
Yes.
I don't get it.
Night follows day, right?
Yes.
And your left leg follows your right leg, or vice versa. And that's inevitable, right? Like me winning Salesman of the Month prize.
Oh, Derek, you've not.
I have. They told us this afternoon. Mr. Sandycroft sent round a memo in a personal envelope to be opened by addressee only.
Oh, Derek, I am pleased for you. So, it's a weekend in Paris for two.
No. I'm afraid not.
But I thought that was the prize.
Yes, that was the first prize. I was the third prize, actually.
Well, what was that?
Canteen of cutlery.
Canteen of cutlery. Oh, well, that'll be very useful.
Yes, I thought so. And Mavis,
Yes, Derek.
thank you very much for those orders. It all helped.
Oh, it's nothing. I was glad I could help.
And Mavis,
Yes, Derek.
the next time it'll be the first prize because I'm improving every day. I mean, you saw how I got round Rita. Subtle, that, wasn't it? I knew exactly what I was doing. I just softened her up. I had her in the palm of my... Oh, hello, Rita.
Hello, Derek. Just reporting. 1 bunny rabbit, 2 eggs, 1 bird's nest. Also, 49 bunny rabbits, 78 eggs, 24 birds' nests still to go. Not to mention umpteen assorted egg cups and fluffy chicks.
Rita, thought you'd like to know. Derek's won his salesmanship prize.
He did. Hey, well, congratulations. Hey, Paris, here we come. Naughty, naughty.
No, it was a canteen of cutlery, actually.
Pardon?
Well, he didn't win the weekend in Paris.
No, that was the first prize.
He won third prize.
Canteen of cutlery.
Oh, I see.
Still, Mother will like it. Not as much as she'd have liked a weekend in Paris, mind you.
By heck, Derek. You don't change, do you?
Did I say something to offend her? Mavis?
No idea, Derek.
Hey, up. Hello, love.
Mr. Tilsley? Ivy?
I hope you haven't come for any tea. You'll be unlucky. Your father's indisposed again.
Indigestion. Do you know it's been chronic today?
We don't want any tea, Mum. We've come to tell you something.
Oh, aye? What's that then?
We're engaged, Gail and me.
You what?
I said we're engaged, Mum.
Yeah, we are. So you're with us, are you?
Didn't have much choice, did I? You made enough noise in that bathroom to wake the dead.
You'll have to make a fresh pot. I didn't think you'd be down.
Anyway, what time did you come in last night? I was spark out, I know that.
I didn't really notice.
Oh, no, I was forgetting. When you're in love, you're on a different planet to the rest of us, aren't you? I take it you were out with Loverboy.
Yeah. Only it's a bit more than that now. We're engaged.
Engaged?
Don't look so surprised. It does happen.
Yeah, I know, but you and Brian.
I thought you'd have been pleased.
Oh, yeah, I am pleased, but I can't get over it. He doesn't seem the type, does he, to propose? Well, come on, let's look at it then.
What?
The engagement ring.
Oh, I haven't got one yet. We only decided yesterday. I am having one, though.
It's not a secret, is it?
No, of course it's not. And that don't give you the right to go blabbing it about, not till I've had a chance to tell folk myself.
Have you told his mum and dad?
Yeah, of course we have.
And what they reckon?
His dad was very pleased.
And his mum?
She'll just have to get used to the idea, won't she?
If you want hotel, you'll have to get it for yourself.
I don't, Tarlo.
Ryan!
All right, I'm coming.
It's 1:15.
I know what time it is.
Hey, your dad's had all the toast, so we have to make some more.
I'm not bothering. I've no time.
Well, you can't go to work with no breakfast.
Well, do me no harm for once. I'll see you, Dad.
Cheers, son.
Ryan,
Now what?
I want a word.
What about?
Like you and, Gail.
What about us?
Well, I suppose you'll be telling all your mates about engagement, will you?
Well, of course I will. Why?
Well, I just thought it'd be better if you waited a bit, you know, before telling everybody like.
Look, Mum, you made it quite clear how you feel about it. And like I said, it's our lives, mine and Gail's.
Look, I know all about that, love. All I'm saying is, well, why don't you hold off telling everybody until you can do it proper, like, you know, have a bit of a do at something?
But what's the point? Go on.
Well, you might give some thought as to how I feel about it. Look, I know you're potty about that Gail, Brian, but, I mean, I've got some feelings and all, you know. I am your mother.
I know, but not telling anyone isn't going to change anything, Mum.
Well, I didn't say it would, did I?
Well, then why?
Happen your mother just wants to get used to the idea. Did come as a bit of a shock, you know what I mean, to both of us.
Well, if we did keep it to ourselves for a while, do you reckon you would?
What?
Well, get used to the idea.
I don't know, do I? Well?
I still can't see the point. But if it'll make you any happier, a couple of days and no more. Look, I'll have to go, I'm late.
Charlie.
And what good's that going to do, pray? Getting them to keep it to themselves.
Because the fewer the people that know about it, the better.
Don't you ever give up. They're engaged. There's no point in you fighting it anymore, you know what I mean? You're only going to throw them closer together.
And since when were you qualified to give advice?
I'm only saying.
Yeah, like you said last time. Leave them alone, you said. They'll soon get fed up of each other, you said. They have, haven't they? They're that fed up they've got engaged.
I don't see how getting them to keep quiet about it's going to solve anything.
Because if he keeps his trap shut, nobody's going to know about it, are they?
They're bound to know sooner or later.
Yeah, but a lot can happen between now and then.
Like what?
I don't know yet, but at least it gives me time to think.
Come on, girls. Come on, get your breakfast. Do you know you're getting better breakfast than me and your Uncle Stanley? Now, I want you to get stuck into this. Come on, and we'll have some nice big chucky eggs. Come on.
What the heck are you doing?
Giving them their breakfast, aren't I?
You're taking long enough, aren't you?
I've got to get their confidence, haven't I?
You're still talking to them.
Of course I am. They've got feelings just like you and me, you know,
They
Stan.
thought what you looked like to them, stood there, clacking at them. They'd stop and playing for life.
Rubbish. I'm making them feel wanted. How would you feel if your Hilda chucked your breakfast at you without a word, eh?
Happy.
Come on, Hilda. Come on, darling. Get stuck in. It'll put feathers on your chest.
Hilda?
Yeah, that's that one there. I've given them all names. That's Mrs. Walker and that's Mrs. Sharple.
You're going round a flipping bend, aren't you?
Actually, I'm a little bit worried about Hilda this morning. Nothing I can put my finger on. It's just a feeling, you know.
And I'm worried about Hilda when she sees this lot. She's coming over today, you know.
Oh, stop worrying, Stanley. When she sees these harmless little creatures and thinks of all them eggs, she'll soon take to them. Yeah. It could be just a little bit of cold, you know.
They all look the same to me.
Well, they would to you, wouldn't they? Come on, Hilda. Come on. Come on.
Hey, hey, she hasn't got spots, has she?
How the flaming hell would I know if she's got spots? And with all these feathers? Anyway, what's spots got to do with it?
Chicken pox. You get spots with that, don't you?
Oh, and to think when you took up the call of the wash ladder, your brain was lost to medical science forever.
Hey,
decent? Of course I'm decent.
I just wondered if there were any chance of a cup of tea going.
Oh, no, I haven't brewed up yet. I'll bring you on down when I have, if you like.
All right, Ta. Who are you expecting? Queen Mother?
No, I always like to give the place a good going over once a week.
Well, from noise downstairs, I thought you were rebuilding the place. Are you sure you're not expecting a visitor?
What kind of a visitor?
Oh, the silver-tongued kind who cons you into ordering too much stuff so that he can win a prize and give it to his mother.
Look, if Derek wants to give his prize to his mother, that's his own business.
It's nothing of the sort. If it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't have got a smell in.
Well, it was only a canteen of cutlery.
Doesn't matter what it was. If he was going to give it to anybody, it should have been to you.
Look, Rita, I know you mean well, but I don't think it's any of your business.
None of my business. I've got enough chocolate bunnies down there to make nearly every kid in Weatherfield sick for a week. And from what I hear, so has Rennie Roberts. All because you let Derek sweet-talk you into ordering too much stuff.
Well, I was only trying to help him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And you did. So you should get something for your trouble.
I don't want anything. I just want to forget about it.
You're your own worst enemy, you. You know that, don't you?
Well, I should do. You've told me often enough. Now, look, if you don't mind, I'd like to get on.
Right. I'm on. I just wish you'd stick up for yourself once in a while. Especially when you're in the right.
Keep it quiet. What for?
She just wants us to do it proper. She's a bit old-fashioned, me mum. If she doesn't have a good cry after a wedding, boiled almond tea after a funeral, it's just not right for her. Now, it's the same with this. She wants us to announce it. Have a bit of a do-like.
I don't believe her. I know what she thinks of me.
Think what she likes, can't she? Won't make any difference. She knows it.
Then why?
I just reckon she wants a couple of days to get used to the idea, that's all. But try and look at it from her point of view, love. I am her only lad.
I think you should be looking at it from my point of view. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened to me, Brian. I want to tell the whole world now.
So do I. And we will. Just give it a few days.
Why are you on her side all of a sudden?
I'm not. But I have got to live with her. Look, as long as me and you know we're engaged, that's all that matters, innit?
Suppose so.
Oh, please, love, let's not try and make matters any more difficult than what they are. It'll only be a couple of days, I promise. We'll still get the ring and that.
All right. If that's what you want.
It isn't. But I think it's best.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples.
Hiya.
Bit early for you, isn't it, love?
Well, I'm not stopping. It's you I've come to see.
Oh, aye? What can I do for you? Tell you, sir, if you want to be in the dance team outing, I'm sorry, love, the list closed.
Magazines. You said you have some that you thought our Roberts might like to have a look at. You sort them out.
That's right, love. Are you going to see him, are you?
Well, Rinnie's going down, and I said I'd go with her, so if you've got a man, I'll pop them in.
There you go, look. Will you tell him I'll keep the mucky ones out and I'll give him them when he comes out?
Oh, I'll do an out at sort.
Look, I don't want them back. They can hand them round the ward, let everybody have a look at them.
Thank you very much. I'll be in later to let you know what's going on.
All right. Ta-ra, love.
Hello.
Hey up, it's the lover boy himself. I didn't think you had it in you.
I told Susie this morning. I suppose that's all right.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh, you haven't called it off already, have you? Before I've had my celebration drinking?
No, we haven't. We're just keeping it quiet for a few days, that's all. What are you having?
Well, it's a special occasion. I'll have a gin and tonic, Ta.
You always have gin and tonic when I'm buying.
It's always a special occasion when you're buying. What are you keeping it quiet for? You said nothing about that this morning.
It's not my idea, it's his mum's.
Why does she want you to do that?
I don't know. She wants to wait till we can have a bit of a do and announce it proper. What's up with her, do you reckon? Why is she so against me?
I don't know, but if it was me, I'd tell her where to get off.
Can't do that. It's his mum.
Right. So if you've got your heart set on marrying Bionic Brian, she's going to be your mother-in-law. And I think it's about time she got one or two things straight.
Stanley in. Stanley, I'm back. Anybody home?
Well, another one. Well, it should be laying by now, shouldn't they?
Give them time, Stan. They've got to settle in, haven't they? Hilda, you're not wrong.
Oh, there you are.
Hello, Chuck. Enjoy yourself.
Well, yeah, till I walked in through the front door. If it's not a daft answer, perhaps you can tell me what the heck a flaming hen's doing on the middle of my table.
On the flaming table?
Well, I didn't put it there, did I? I must have jumped up. I took it in there to keep it warm, you see.
What the heck's that lot?
Chickens, aren't they?
Well, I can see that. Whose chickens?
Ours. Little belters, aren't they?
Yours. Them things.
Not my idea, Chuck.
Oh, no, it never is it? Isn't it flipping marvellous? It's always the same. Every time I leave you on your own for a couple of days, you're never happy till you've turned the place into a flaming zoo or something.
Well, they're only chickens.
They're no trouble, honest, Hilda. Not when you get used to them.
Get used to... You're not expecting them things to stop here.
I don't know how.
You're dead right, they're not, because they won't get the chance.
They'll be eating out your hand in a couple of days, you know.
Oh, no, they won't, because they won't be here. And if you two know what's good for you, they won't be here this time tomorrow.
What did I tell you?
Oh, don't worry, Stan. She'll come round, give it a couple of days. I mean, she won't be able to resist them appealing little eyes looking up at her. I mean, your Hilda could put the fear of God into the Incredible Hulk when she's roused. But underneath, she's got a heart like putty. You see.
You were saying?
Yeah, well, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it?
You fit?
Yeah? You off?
Got things to do, haven't we?
Like what? Look at engagement rings. I borrowed a catalogue. That's something she can't stop us doing.
Well, you can look at them here.
Aye, they look better at your place.
I suppose that means you want me to stop here, eh?
Suit yourself.
Just take your time making your mind up, eh?
Hello, Mavis. Thought I'd find you in here.
Your reputation's caught up with you.
Hello, Derek.
I went round to the shop, but it was shut.
Right. And if there's anything you want, we open again at 2 o'clock.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I was looking for Mavis.
Oh, aye. What for this time? Sell her about 200 gross of last year's Father Christmases so you can take your mother on a Mediterranean cruise.
Rita!
If you won't speak up for yourself, I will.
Look, if Derek wanted to give that prize to his mother, that was entirely his own business.
Granted, just so long as he's clear on a couple of points. You do know that she put her job at risk, don't you? Because there's at least 2 shops round here stuck with that much stuff, it'll take a miracle to shift before Easter, and afterwards there'll be about as much use as a truckload of fur coats in a heat wave. All because she wanted to help you. And how did you thank her? By giving the rotten prize to your mother. Well, as Mavis says, that's your business. But in my book, that's a pretty lousy trick. And I'll tell you something else for nothing. You might have got a big order the last time you came to the cabin. But next time you put an appearance in, you'll be hard put to not to get your nose strapped in the door.
Rita, I think you've made yourself perfectly clear. Now, will you leave it, please?
No, Rita's quite right, Mavis.
Eh?
You are. I don't know what made me think of doing it in the first place. It was you who helped me win that prize. That's why I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you that the presentation's this afternoon. As soon as that canteen of cutlery is in my hand, I'm coming straight round and giving it to you.
Oh, no, thank you, Derek.
But I want you to have it.
I don't want it.
But Mavis...
Look, as far as I'm concerned, Derek, the matter's closed.
What if that's your last word?
Yes, it is.
No, I do wish you'd change your mind, Mavis. I really would like you to have it.
No, thank you, Derek.
Oh. Well, I'd best be off then. Bye.
Bye.
What did you do that for? He meant it, you know.
Yes, he did now, but... Well, he didn't yesterday, did he? I don't want second-hand prizes from anybody, thank you very much.
By the heck. He's conned you into a few crack-brained schemes in his time, but this one takes the bun.
He's not conned me. There's money in them birds.
There's muck and noise and stink in them, not to mention all the brass you're chucking down their fat bellies.
Won't be saying that when you're getting fresh eggs, will you?
No, I won't, because they won't be here. Well, come on, shift yourselves. Standing about gawping's not going to find them a new home, is it?
But, Hilda...
I thought you said you didn't want them here in the first place.
I didn't want it, but now they're here.
Well, they're like mates to us, aren't they, Stan?
Well, I can believe that, knowing some of your mates.
He's given them all names.
You see that one with its head on one side, with that questioning look? Well, that's Ina Sharples, that. Doesn't say a lot, but takes it all in, you know.
All right. And what about that filthy creature that's been slopping all over my table? What's that called, Stanley?
That is my favourite bird, that. Me and this bird have a special relationship. It knows the minute I open the door in the mornings.
Special relationship? Who the heck do you reckon's daft enough to have a special relationship with you?
It's called Hilda.
Hilda? You've called one of them things after me?
It's only the queen of the brood, no less. I mean, that must mean something to you.
Oh, it does. It means that if them things are still here by tea time, I'll take the brush handle to them and shift them myself. And you with them.
Yeah, we know. Just give it a rest, will you, Ivy?
No, I will not give it a rest. I happen to think more of my son than you do, that's perfectly clear.
He's not a kid, you know.
Well, that's just where you're wrong. He might think he's not, but he's got a heck of a long way to go before he starts thinking of settling down.
Well, give him a chance. They've only just got engaged.
And what do you think they've got engaged for if they're not thinking of getting married? By Egbert, she knows what she's doing, does that one. She's even pulled wool over your eyes, same as our Brian.
She hasn't, you know.
Of course she has. All she were looking for were a good catch, and our Brian just happened to walk right into the net.
That is very interesting, that is, Mrs. Tilsley.
What is?
What you were just saying about Gail.
I don't remember asking your opinion.
No, but you're going to get it any road as she's not here to defend herself.
Oh, what do you know about her?
Well, I know this morning she tells me that her and Brian are engaged. Chuffed as a lamb with two tails, she were. Until Brian tells her some daft idea of yours about keeping it quiet until you can make some special arrangement or something.
It is not a daft idea.
If they wait till doomsday, it'll be too soon for you.
He's only a kid.
That's got nothing to do with it. I reckon you don't think Gail's good enough for your Brian. Well, in my book, it's the other way around. It's not a question whether Gail's good enough for Brian. It's a question whether Brian's good enough for Gail. And I don't think he is. He's wet behind the ears.
Now, you listen here, you lady.
What's important is what they think about each other. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. So you lay off, Gail, and count your lucky stars that Brian's got the sense to recognise a good thing when he sees it.
Well, then, little madam. And are you going to just stand there and let her talk to me like that?
What could I do?
Well, you could have done summit. Anybody would think you agreed with her.
Susie will be back in a minute.
Oh, no, she won't.
We're supposed to be looking at this.
Oh, we've looked at it.
It means a lot, you know, an engagement ring.
I know it does. When we get a chance, we'll go out and buy one from the shop, so you can put that away.
I gotta get back anyway.
Out next to us. Oh, now what's up?
I wish I knew what she was up to.
Who?
Your mum.
She just wants a couple of days to get used to the idea, that's all. She told me herself. Now stop worrying about her.
Do you do everything your mum says?
God, what do you think?
Hello, Chuck.
Never mind, hello, Chuck. What have you done about them hens?
Like you said, Mrs. Hope.
You got rid of them, then?
Fella coming this afternoon.
Oh, there you are, you see. Now, to it, was there?
Oh, I knew there'd be no problem selling 6 healthy chickens.
No. And they'll be better off, you know. I mean, that little place in our backyard's no sort of a life for them, is it? Oh, they'll be far better off running round some farmyard somewhere. I don't hold with having creatures like that caged up.
Oh, they won't be caged up, that's for sure. Mind you, they won't be running round no farmyard neither. This time tomorrow, they'll be in somebody's freezer.
Freezer?
Well, you didn't think I could sell them as live birds, did you?
Well, of course I did. Must be somebody as wants them. I mean, you bought them, didn't you?
Oh, very true. But the fella I bought them hadn't got an ultimatum from his missus to get shut or else. Anyway, they're going, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I suppose it is, really.
And the love and affection that I've lavished on them birds.
You have?
Had them feeding out my hands, you know.
Oh, you did?
When I opened the back door this morning, their little heads were cocked on one side, clucking away happily. And to think, tomorrow... Still, they're only hens, aren't they? Something to be bought and sold to satisfy man's selfish whims. They don't deserve feelings of their own. Do you know, it's a good job they don't know what's in store for them. When they come out of them eggs all yellow and fluffy and defenceless, they don't know somebody's going to feed them up and build them up, and right when they're in the prime of their life... Yeah. Well, that's life, innit? Do you want a pint, Stanley?
Ah, go on.
There must be some other way. I mean, other than killing them.
I'm afraid not, Hilda. Not if you want it done quick. Anyway, the fella that's coming, I believe, is very good. He's very quick, and they shouldn't feel much.
You've no need to worry about the neighbours, you know.
No, it's not. No. It's completely against.
If anybody does
You reckon they will lay, do you?
Lay? There'll be no stopping them when they start. And there'll be fresh chucky eggs every day.
And making a profit.
Yeah, well, they better add and all. Because if they don't...
They can stop.
I'm not having the lives of 6 innocent chickens on my conscience. But I'm warning you, the minute they start eating into my housekeeping, they're out. Even if I ring the next myself. Yours and all if I have to.
That's too bad.
Oh, hello. Not off with Loverboy, then?
Later?
Yeah.
Where are you going with that?
The laundrette. Where does it look like I'm going?
What's up with the washing machine?
Nothing, but if I take this lot down there, I can have it dried at the same time.
By heck, you do lead an excited life.
You can say that again, kid. Hey, if you're writing a note to the milkman, forget it. I've saved the one we did yesterday.
I'm trying to write a letter.
You write a letter? You've forgotten now. You're as bad as me when it comes to letter writing. And who do you know could read a letter?
Me mum.
Your mum?
Don't look so surprised. I have got one.
Yeah, I know. You're just not in the habit of writing to her, are you?
Yeah, well, I'm not in the habit of getting engaged, am I? Do you know I don't know what to put?
How about, Dear Ma'am, I've got engaged?
It's not funny. It's about the most important thing that's ever happened to me, and I don't even know how to tell my own mum.
I've never seen your mother.
No, I've not seen a lot of her myself.
You've seen nothing of her since you've been living here.
I know where she is if I need her, and she knows where to get hold of me.
And that's it?
Yeah, it's always been like that.
Even when you were a kiddie?
No, she didn't neglect us or anything. It's just when I was old enough to go my way, she was still young enough to go hers. It's a daft idea anyway. She'll not be bothered whether I'm engaged or not.
Of course she will. You're still her daughter. She's a right to know you're engaged. And what about your dad? You've not mentioned him.
There's naught to tell.
He's a right to know you've got engaged as well.
He don't know I exist.
Yeah. Well, you should still tell your mother. Come on, I'll give you a hand.
I don't know what to put.
Then isn't it good you've got an educated friend? Come on, dear ma'am.
Derek.
Hello, Mavis. Rita said it'd be all right if I came up.
Well, I'm afraid the place is in a bit of a tip. I wasn't expecting anybody.
Oh, don't apologise on my account.
Well, you better come in and sit down.
Thank you. I was going to give you a ring, but I thought if I did, you might not want to see me. I had to talk to you. I've got something for you. It's my prize, a canteen of cutlery. I know what you said at dinner time about not wanting it, but I meant what I said as well. And when I said I was going to give it to my mother, it was, well, it was thoughtless of me. Even heartless after what you'd done. That's what I wanted to see you about. I wanted to explain. You wouldn't listen.
But you promised it to your mother, Derek.
I know. I'll just have to tell her I've changed my mind and given it to you.
And will you do that?
Well, of course I will. I really do want you to have it, Mavis. Haven't had a good look at it myself yet.
Oh, Derek, it's beautiful.
Well, it's yours.
Oh, but it's the first thing you've ever won, Derek.
I know. But it'd mean much more to me if you have it. Really, it would.
Well, what can I say? Thank you very much.
There is one condition.
What's that?
That you don't put it away in a drawer and forget about it. You've got to use it.
I will, I promise.
Make sure you do. And don't let it be too long before you christen it.
Well, actually, I think it would be more fitting if we did that together. But perhaps one night next week, I could cook something special.
That's a wonderful idea. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, look, I'm not being a very good hostess, am I? Would you like a cup of tea or a glass of milk?
Oh, no, thanks very much. I must be off. I've got a reps meeting tonight.
Oh.
Sales manager's giving us a bit of a pep talk. Wouldn't do to be late for that. Not after I've just won a prize. Well, I must be off. I'll be in touch then.
Yes. Well, thank you, Derek. Thank you very much.
Oh. Bye then.
Bye.
I don't think I'd like that about being married.
What?
Having to get up in the morning and make his breakfast.
You wouldn't.
Well, it's having to put on a performance, isn't it? First thing in the morning. I mean, if we like, we can come down looking dog rough.
You wait till Mr. Wright comes along and sweeps you off your feet. You'll change your tune.
No, not me. I'm not going to get married till I'm at least 26, and maybe not even then.
I'm 21 on Monday.
I do know. You've had a big red ring around the calendar in your bedroom for 6 months.
Well, I was looking forward to it.
Aren't you now?
Well, yeah. But I can't help thinking it would have been different if...
If what?
Well, if Brian's mum had been more pleased about things. I mean, we could have been one big happy family, couldn't we? My birthday, our engagement. It should be something to celebrate, shouldn't it?
You can still celebrate. And don't let old misery drugs get you down. She's only jealous.
Jealous?
It's a well-known fact. All mothers are jealous of the woman that takes their son away, and Brian is an only son.
When I have children, I just want them to be happy.
So be happy. You don't need her permission. Now, what are you doing on Monday? A big celebration with a champagne fountain or a little dinner for few in Jackson's Chippy?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. It's funny, that, isn't it? A couple of weeks ago, it was the most important event in my life looming up. Since getting engaged, it don't seem that important.
What about Brian? Has he had any thoughts?
I haven't discussed it with him.
He does know it's your birthday, doesn't he?
Think so.
You think so? You're 21 on Monday and you think so?
Don't get excited. You're splashing your grapefruit juice all over me. He knows I'm going to be 21. I just don't know if he's remembered the date.
Of course. Well, I think someone should jog his memory for him.
Well, not you. You've interfered in my life quite enough for 1 week, thank you very much.
I know, but we could get up bright and early and set off before the roads get busy, you know what I mean? You can do the picnic the night before. And then, depending on the weather, we can either head out Llandudno way, although I don't fancy getting stuck in that Queen's Ferry bottleneck on the way home. Or, hey, we could go to Bodmin. They say the gardens there are something unique.
Kurt, will you shut up a minute?
But I'm discussing Easter, love. We always have a nice day out over Easter.
I know, but I've got more to worry about at the moment than picnics in Happy Valley.
You've got naught to worry about except problems of your own making.
I didn't make him. It weren't my idea for him to get engaged, were it?
Ivy is a grown lad. Just leave him be.
So don't you care if your only son's going to ruin his life?
Now, even you don't really think that.
No, I don't. But he's certainly not improving his chances of making something to his life, is he? Getting himself saddled with kids. He's not a wife. He's not but a kid himself.
Who said anything? Hey, she's not doings, you know, I mean...
No, of course she's not. Well, I hope she's not. No, I'll give them both credit for a bit more sense than that. But you know what these young lasses are like. It'll only be a few months before she'll start wanting to push a pram. I don't know. They can't wait to grow old, some of them.
Things don't always happen just the road we want them to, you know, love. I mean, you can't live life to order. Nobody can. All right, I agree with you. Maybe he's a bit young, but he's a sensible lad. I mean, they suit each other. Who are we to interfere?
His mother and father, that's who.
But we don't own him, love. We've no rights over him. Look, it's happened. It seems to be what he wants. I don't see this out for her to do, but let him get on with it.
Anything to avoid trouble, ain't it, Bert? That's always been your motto.
Well, I certainly don't believe in aggravating problems, and that's what's happening the way you're going on.
What, just because I speak my mind?
Sometimes it pays to keep your mouth shut, especially with young people. I mean, to say, you know yourself, the more you tell them not to do a thing, the more they want to go right out and flaming well do it.
So I should play it cool, you mean?
Well, it can't do any harm, love.
Yeah. Left to himself, he may see sense of his own accord.
Oh, you may.
Eh?
Nothing.
What is that horrible pong?
Hey, do you hear that? Tell her she's gassing me out the house, will you? She won't listen to me.
Have you got going in there, Hilda? Has she been or something?
Oh, he'd not object to that.
Put me up at breakfast.
Too, not so you'd notice. You've not left so much as a crust.
I forced that down. I need food on my belly if I'm going up for graft, don't I?
Hey, you're right there. There's nothing like stoking up on a bacon butty. Have you got any left?
You'll be lucky. All I've had's toast and margarine.
And not a crumb left. Now, how am I supposed to feed him on leftovers when there's never an out left over?
Oh, it's the hens. It's the hens she's doing a funny credit act for.
Well, it's not me, is it? Do you know what she's got in that pan? Tater peelings, cabbage, eggshells.
Hang on. Hilda, you can't feed them on eggshells. That's cannibalism. It's like making them eat their own.
Oh, take no notice of him. He don't know what he's on about, as usual. Do you honestly think I'd feed them chickens on rubbish?
You're working harder for them than you are for me.
Yeah, well, perhaps when you start laying eggs, you'll get a bit of attention.
Hey, have they?
No, not yet. What they want's a bit of encouragement, bit of sympathy and understanding. Rather like what a woman does. And she doesn't get it neither.
It's no flipping joke, you know. She'll have them keeping in our bed next.
Well, it's certainly a turn-up. Look, you'll have to tell her that they're a commercial proposition. They're not household pets.
They've taken over. They've taken over like in that Hitchcock film when the birds took over. They were pecking at the door, next come in.
Don't worry, Stan. It's just a novelty. It'll soon wear off.
Oh, I suppose they're maternal instinct. She never had anybody so daft and helpless look after before.
Oh, I wouldn't say that exactly, Stan.
Hey?
Here, come on. That's it. Eat it all up now. I've cooked it special for you. That's it, Mrs. Walker, you'll get stuck in. And take no notice, Ina, just shove her to one side. There's plenty for all of you. And here, Hilda, not having you fighting again now. I expect you of all of them to set an example. That's it, you just enjoy yourselves. Just be thankful you're not in one of them battery end places, eh? Cooped up all the time. Even the backyard's better than that, isn't it? Ah, you're enjoying it, aren't you? I can tell by your little faces. Do you know, I'll bet if you lot could talk, you'd say, "Thank you, Mrs. Ogden, for cooking us a nice breakfast." That's more than he ever does. If only he'd say thank you, Hilda. Oh, not every time. I mean, I don't expect miracles. Just once in a blue moon, without me prompting him. Thank you, Hilda. That were lovely. It'd be nice. Ah, do you want a bit more, Chuck? You look a bit peckish. Peckish. Here you are, then. Here you are, come on.
Oh, you gave me the fright of my life. What are you doing home at this time?
I just nipped home to get changed. Brian says we're going shopping straight from work, and I don't want to go out like this.
What are you going shopping for?
I don't know. He's been very mysterious.
It wouldn't be a jeweller's shop by any chance, would it?
Shouldn't think so. I should think he probably just wants me to help him choose a new shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's where you're getting all dolled up out your jeans.
I never like to go into town looking scruffy.
Hey, we've had a second post, but it was a bill for Elsie.
Oh?
Well, I thought it might be a letter from your mum, saying she was pleased about the engagement.
Oh, why are you so bothered about it?
I'm not, but I know you. You're such a one for happy families. If his mum can't say, "Smashing, God bless you, my children," you'd like yours to.
I don't care either way.
I'll give over. I mean, if it was me and I met a man who was right for me, I wouldn't care if the Queen and the whole flaming country didn't approve. But you, well, you're different.
All right, what if I am? You can't have everything. I've got Brian, and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Tillyfloss. Are you coming down to work today or not? I mean, we have got a shop to run.
I just want to get this casserole in the oven. It's got to cook for a long time on a low light to bring out all the flavours.
I'll bring out all your flavour if you don't get a move on. You're not the only one with a fella to feed, you know. I've knocked in for tonight. I don't want to go to butcher's for they shut at dinner time. What are you concocting, any Rose?
Beef bourguignon. Well, it's like meat cooked in a red wine sauce with mushrooms and little pickling onions. Only I couldn't get the little onions, so I've had to chop up the big one, you see.
All right. I don't want a cookery lesson. Just hurry it up, eh? What's he having a nibble of after?
Beg your pardon?
For sweet. I thought I was the one with the dirty mind round here. Your famous chocolate orange souffle?
No, I'm just going to do a fresh fruit salad because that's less fattening. Because Derek's watching his weight.
That's no way to a fella's heart, counting calories. No, you want to make him a big fat suet roly-poly with plenty of thick custard. Well, you never know your luck.
Hello, Brian, come in.
Hi.
How did you know I'd be here?
I bumped into Susie. She said you might.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't be by rights. I should have been back at work 10 minutes ago, but the zip broke on my skirt, so I had to change it. And I had to change my jumper.
Listen, you.
Then...
Will you shut up for a minute?
Yeah, well, hurry up. I am late.
Well, I've had an idea.
Couldn't it wait till after work?
Well, it could, but I don't want it to.
Go on.
Well, you know it's your birthday on Monday.
Well, I do. I didn't know you did.
Do you think I'd forgotten? Well, anyway, seeing as it's your 21st and seeing it's a special occasion and seeing that
Go on. Seeing as what?
I happen to love you.
Me too.
And what I'm saying is, why don't we turn it into an engagement party?
Announce it. Tell everybody.
Yeah, I'll book an advert in the local radio.
Oh, yeah. What about your mum?
I don't care what she says. It's what you say that counts.
But I thought you promised to keep it quiet.
But it's a birthday, Mum. A 21st. Now, what nicer time could there be to announce it?
He's right. It's the best time.
And we thought we'd have a party, you know. Not big, just a few friends. I suppose we'll have to invite me aunties and my uncles.
Well, there's no room here. Tell you what, we could go to Rovers.
Oh, it'll cost, won't it?
Yeah, but not so much as an arm and a leg it won't. I'll chip in.
So that's what my press is for, is it? To get round me?
No. To make peace, if you like. I just can't stick it when there's a rotten atmosphere in the house.
Well, if you don't like upsetting me, why do you do it?
Because, Mum, I have to make my own decisions, don't I? They can't always be what you want.
You're set on this party, then?
Well, we both are.
So it don't matter what I say?
Well, we were hoping you'd be pleased. Any road. We're going out straight from work. We're going to choose the ring.
Go to a proper shop. Don't go to no back street people.
I won't, don't worry. Ma'am?
So I take it you'll be late home for your tea, then?
Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Tanner's. Gail, no, I'm sorry, she's out at the moment. She's gone shopping with her boyfriend. Who is it calling? Oh, good, she will be pleased you rang. Oh, I'm Susie, I live here as well. Listen, can she phone you back later? Oh, I see. Well, listen, what are you doing on Monday?
Honest, there's that many. I'm spoiled for choice.
Well, it's up to you, love. You're the one that's got to wear it.
Which do you like? You must have a preference.
Whatever suits you. I thought that one looked very nice.
That's £69, including VAT.
Oh, it's a bit big.
We can have malted, madam. Size is no problem.
Well, I'd rather have one that just sort of fits as it is.
Yeah, we want to take it with us, you see.
I like this.
A word of advice?
Yeah.
I think this one would suit the proportions of the lady's hand rather better.
Oh, yeah. I see what you mean.
Oh, Derek, just bang your coat up there, love. Right. Your visitor, ma'am. Hello, Derek. Now, would you like me to bottle for you a bit more? You know, pour some sherry, or shall I make a discreet disappearance, like right now?
Well, you can stay and have a drink with us by all means.
Oh, yes, please do.
No, thanks all the same. I don't want to goose gob. Well, enjoy yourself.
Take no notice of Rita. She talks a lot of nonsense sometimes.
Still, her heart's in the right place.
Oh, yes. But I expect she'd hate it if you told her that. You know, she likes people to think she's tough and cynical.
You're quite a student of human nature, aren't you, Mavis?
Well, I like to think I have a certain understanding, yes. At least I try.
I think you understand me.
Perhaps. Well, sherry.
Very nice. It all looks very nice, as per your usual standard.
Oh, come on, Hilda, do me a favour, will you? Had two of your commandos in here this morning mothering on about flipping eggs and that. Now, look, give it a rest.
Well, you can't blame us for trying to get some sales. I mean, it is a business operation.
Yeah, well, leave me out of it and try elsewhere. Try Mrs. Walker when she gets back. Look, I've got enough on my plate, look.
Well, I don't know what you're going so berserk about. Anybody would think you could umpteen dozen eggs to get shut of.
Well, we can't wait till we have, can we? Be a bit late then to start finding customers.
Well, you've heard the saying about counting your chickens, haven't you? Well, in your case, I say don't count your eggs before they're laid.
Oh, they'll be laid all right, don't you worry. I mean, they're all healthy and happy and well looked after. They'll do what comes naturally, all in good time.
Hey, Dad, glad you're in here. We've got something to show you.
Oh, been and done the deed, have we? Well, come on, let's be having you. Let's have a look at it.
What do you think?
Aye, very nice. Very classy. Hey, but why aren't you wearing it?
Well, we thought we'd wait till Monday, you know, when we make the announcement.
Be more of a surprise that way.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I managed to book the Select for Monday night. Fred said it's available.
Oh, great.
Dad, what about me mum? She come around to the idea?
Well, she didn't say no, did she?
Well, she didn't exactly say yes either, did she?
No, well, you leave her to me. She'll be all right. You watch. She'll be queening it as pleased as punch on Monday night.
Oh, I do hope so. That'd make everything just perfect, wouldn't it?
Well, that was superb. As always.
Derek, it was just a simple meal.
Oh, no, it was a banquet, Mavis. An absolute banquet.
You do go on.
I believe in letting people know when their efforts are appreciated. Too few people do.
Oh, that's true. That's very true indeed. I mean, we all need a pat on the head from time to time.
Absolutely. And do we get it? No.
Well, that's not strictly true, because you do say nice things. That's why I never mind making the effort for you. Now, are you going to finish off the fruit salad? You don't want to get thrown away?
Oh, no, I've had an ample sufficiency, Mavis. Ample.
More coffee, then?
No. I really ought to be off, in actual fact.
Oh, so soon? Still early.
Crack of dawn start tomorrow. Up at 6, on the road at 6:30. No rest for the wicked.
No, I've got to get up at 7 as well, for the papers.
Just as well have to be off, then.
Well, perhaps we could do this one Saturday night, because I don't have to get up quite so early on Sunday. And, well, it would be nice not to have to watch the clock all the time.
Yes, it would. We must do that sometime.
I hope you don't
Very
think
nice.
I was being pushy or anything.
Would I think that, Mavis? We're old friends, aren't we?
Oh, I hope so.
And friends should be able to speak their minds to each other, I always say.
Oh, so do I. Oh, Derek, I've enjoyed this evening. To think it all happened because you won that cutlery.
Well, it certainly graced the table in splendid style, didn't it?
You know, I still feel a bit guilty about it. I mean, I'm sure your mother would have loved to have it.
She does like nice things, does Mother?
Well, any woman would.
Oh, some don't. Some don't know the difference. Mother does.
So do I.
I know what you mean about feeling guilty. I feel as though I've cheated her somehow. I mean, I did intend it for her, originally.
Derek, you must give it to her if it's going to bother you that much.
Oh, no, Mavis, no, I wouldn't dream of it. No, it's yours. I gave it to you.
No, if you've got the feeling that it was hers by rights, then I wouldn't enjoy using it.
But we've used it.
Yes, but it's all been washed and dried and put away. She'd never know.
No. Don't suppose she would.
And anyway, I mean, she's always giving little supper parties for her friends and that. And, well, I don't entertain much. Hardly at all, in fact.
That's very generous of you, Mavis. I'm overwhelmed.
Are you?
I can assure you Mother will treasure this. She will, she'll treasure it.
Yes.
And she'll put it to good use. You're a very generous person, Mavis, you know. Not many women would have done what you've just done.
No, I'm sure they wouldn't.
And you know, she is getting on. A little thing like this will mean a lot to her. Well, oh, I really must be getting on. Thanks again for an excellent meal.
It was my pleasure.
I'll be in touch then. My coat's in the hall. I'll, Oh. Well, night.
Dad.
Hey, it's ever such a pretty ring, love. Very traditional. Mind you, I'm glad they didn't go in for one of them more modern designs. I'm not that keen, you know what I mean? Ta, love. Still, I suppose that's their business. Ivy,
Yes?
they wanted to come round and show it to you, you know, but I told them to leave it till tomorrow. A bit of an headache, I said you'd got.
So I have.
Yeah, well, that's why I told them to leave it while tomorrow. Oh, I managed to book the select for Monday night. And I had a word with Gail about the catering. And she says she's sure that Mr. Dawson will put the stuff in at a special pricing, as it's here. So I thought that if you and she could get together, like, sometime tomorrow, you can sort out what you want to do, you know what I mean? Anyway, love, I'll leave all that up to you.
They can make their own arrangements. I shan't be there.
Well, I didn't say no specific time. I just more or less thought dinner time. But if you're not going to be there, well, they can come round in the evening.
I meant Monday, the party. I shan't be there.
You don't mean that, love.
I do, Bert. I couldn't go to that party. What, stand there laughing and accepting congratulations and feeling like I do? I'd be a flaming hypocrite. I couldn't do it, and that's flat. Look, I can't stop them getting engaged and I can't stop them having a party. But there's no law that says I've got to be there. So you just have to tell them to count me out.
Oh, hello. Where have you been till now, you dirty stop out?
Oh, Suze, I've had a fantastic time. Me and Brian went to get the engagement ring. I'll show you it later. Then we went into the Rovers to tell his dad, and he's ever so chuffed. Oh, and Reenie's pleased, because Alf's coming out of hospital Easter Monday, so that's more good news. Yeah. Then Brian insisted on taking me for a meal to celebrate, and I'm going round to his mum's tomorrow to discuss the food for the party.
Hang on. You know I'm slow. What party?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We're having a party Monday night, a double event. My birthday and our engagement. If you play your cards right, you can have an invite.
Monday night, eh? That's good.
Of course, Monday night. When else but Monday night? Even his mum was pleased.
She was?
Well, perhaps not delirious. But Brian said when he asked her about the party, she didn't say no.
Well, even if she's not, you'll have one mum there who will be.
Who? Yours? Come again?
Your mum. She rang today. She thought you'd be in. She's dead pleased about the engagement, honest, Gail. And I said you might be having some sort of little do on Monday. I didn't know about the party then, but it's worked out smashing, hasn't it? She was just coming to have a celebration drink with you and to meet Brian.
What did she say?
She said it were great, a smashing idea.
It's a terrible idea. Why did you have to invite her? You spoil everything. Why can't you mind your own rotten business?
Gail. Late last night, I didn't hear her come in.
Me neither.
Oh, well, no, you'd be lost in the world of dreams, wouldn't you? Ada, Brian, now, what's his name? Tilsley, that's it. Do his teeth shine just as white in your dreams?
Of course they do, because he's always beautifully tanned, isn't he? And he wears a tight T-shirt and even tighter blue jeans.
It must be a terrible shock when you see him in the flesh.
Hey, you haven't told Elsie about...
Oh, have you spoiled your big moment? Come on, what'd you take me for? Hey, shut up, she's coming down.
Ta-ra!
Good morning, Elsie. Enjoy the pyjamas, did
When
you?
did you get back?
Late last night, I got a lift back. Hey, you've done well for birthday cards, haven't you? Hey, what's this? Congratulations on your engagement. Susie, who?
Who do you think?
Well, you're a sly little devil, aren't you? You kept that under your hat,
Oh,
didn't you?
it's a secret from most folk.
Well, I knew it was your 21st, that's why I came dashing back last night, but engaged, well.
The big party tonight at the Rovers.
Get away. I presume it is to...
Brian the teeth.
Oh, sure.
Ah, little Gail getting engaged. Oh, kid, I'm dead pleased for you. Yeah, but why is it a secret to most folk?
Ivy does not approve.
Oh, for heaven's sake, why?
She thinks Brian's too young, and I'm kidnapping him.
Very nice, this egg, love. Just right. Not too hard and not too soft.
I'm glad.
Hey, it's not one of Eddie Yates's eggs, is it?
No, it's not. I don't trust his eggs. What's he feeding them hens on any road? All sorts of rubbish, I'll bet.
You what? He reckons he get nothing but the best. Proper tack.
What, at Ogden's? You must be joking. They don't get proper tack. Hilda can make a marrow and broth posy last a week. She's known for it.
Hey, don't touch that hot cross bun. Get off it. It's mine. I've only had one this Easter.
So have I.
And rest.
Well, what's my breakfast then?
Hope you like as long as you get it yourself.
Oh, well, I can easily do that. Don't you worry.
Ivy, love.
Ivy, love what?
Come on, call it a day. Hold your hand up, admit defeat for everybody's sake. It's the party tonight.
What party?
Oh, and I forgot to tell you her mother's coming.
Her mother?
She rung up. I spoke to her on the phone. She sounds all right to me.
Oh, why shouldn't she be all right?
I don't know. It's the way Gail talks about...
Guess who that were? Only Vera Duckworth. She reckons she couldn't get this through the post box, so she brought it round herself.
It's a bit big, isn't it?
The whole world is beckoning. The future is yours. So set a dead reckoning and don't stop to pause.
Oh, my God.
It could change the whole course of your life, could that? It really could.
Hey, your mother's coming to the do.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking forward to meeting her. What's her name? I mean, her first name.
Audrey. Ordinary enough name, isn't it? I think I'll go and get dressed.
See what I mean?
It's going to be quite some do, this is.
In more ways than one.
Right, well, I'll do the select and the party. You do in here. Now, that's a fair division of labour, isn't it?
Yeah, fair division, all right. It's just wrong way about.
How do you mean, wrong way about?
I'll do the select and party and you do in here.
Well, I mean, there's more work in the select, Betty.
I know. There's also a party going on, you know, with food and a bit of fun.
Oh, I never thought of that.
That's settled then. I'm select. You're in here.
Hey?
What do you want?
Well, shouldn't I be in on this discussion?
Why, what's it got to do with you?
Oh, you don't look very far ahead, do you, for somebody what's supposed to be manager material? Now, see, Mrs. Walker's stopping at their Jonies, right? With a pain what shoots from the top of her head right down to her left kidney, according to her.
You might call it convenience pain.
Not to mention long.
Yeah, and Bet's on her holidays, so that leaves just you two to handle this party.
Well, we will.
Not the washing up you want. I reckon you need me for that.
Right, Hilda, you're on.
Right. Of course, being Easter Monday, it'll be double time.
Not on
Yeah, hang on. We can do with it. We've got enough at our plate in here.
Plus, all I can drink, which isn't very much, actually, and a bite of supper, right?
Right, Hilda.
Right, I'll see you this evening, then. Oh, and I'll take my compulsory break between 10 and past, when I'll probably mingle with the guests. Ta-ra.
Should she not be coming to this party?
Come on, love, take your coat off and then you can sit down.
Yeah, let me get it flipping out.
How do you feel now?
How many times has she asked me that since we came out of hospital?
Half a dozen.
At least.
Come on, you can't.
Look, I can manage myself.
Honestly, when I want to help him, you'll not let me.
Where do you want this?
Oh, just leave it there, love. I'll take it up later. Now, come on, sit down. I mean it.
I'm not an invalid, you know. I feel as fit as a fiddle.
Does he look as fit as a fiddle?
Hey, don't you answer that. Just remember whose side you're on.
I'm saying no.
Coward.
Except I wish my missus thought as much of me.
Yeah, well, she thought it was snuffing it, didn't she? That always brings them up short, you know. They start counting the blessings that... It's only a joke, love.
Yeah. Would he stop for a cup of tea, then?
No, better get home, thank you.
What he means is if he don't get it Rovers, he's going to dehydrate. Hey, do you think...
No!
Oh.
It's a good try, anyway. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for bringing us back, Len.
That's all right. It's good to see you home.
It's good to be back, mate. No idea.
Oh, you're right, you know. I never thought you would be again. Oh, I mean.
Yeah, it'll take more than a blooming bang on the head to kill me, love. That's my strongest part.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll go and make that cuppa.
Hey, listen. Last time I was in this room, we had a row. Well, that's all behind us now, isn't it?
What do you think?
Hey,
Wasn't.
He'll be glad to be out of that spot, though.
Huh? Aye, I suppose he will.
I was in hospital once, you know, and I had my tonsils out. I was out in a few days, but a lot weren't.
Yes.
Big night for you tonight, isn't it, Bert?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, you're looking forward to it.
Well, I am, but I can't speak for some others.
Why not?
Irish. Well, you must have heard.
I thought she'd come round to it by now.
Yeah, she hasn't. Says she's not coming tonight.
I bet she does. She won't be able to resist it when it comes down to it. Am I right, Len?
Yeah, you have a look in the wardrobe, you find a new frock in there.
Yeah. Hey, you're both welcome to come, you know.
Oh, well, I would love Ram singing at Gatsby.
That's very nice of you. I'll drop in later, eh?
Oh, while the cat's away.
Well, let's put it another way, eh? Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Aye, look. WVS are here.
Cheeky. Is it all right to take these three, Fred?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yes, thanks. Hey, I bet you've got a new frock for tonight, Riley, haven't you?
Of course.
It's all free tonight, then, is it?
Why?
But I'm only asking, that's all. I mean, I don't know the fella very well. I don't know whether he's generous or not.
I've always found him very generous.
Well, that's not answering my question, is it?
Ooh, they look very good.
We've just one more tray and the cake to bring now. That's Mr. Dawson's present, the cake.
Oh, it's very kind of him.
Oh, I do hope everything goes off all right.
Why shouldn't it?
Well, it's such a happy occasion, isn't it?
Well, then it should go off all right.
Yes, but they don't always do their happy occasions. I mean, they've got a habit of turning out very unhappy.
Oh,
Mavis, and I thought I was pessimistic.
I'm not being pessimistic, I'm being realistic.
Yes, well, tonight you're going to be cheerful, else I want to know the reason why.
We're going to be the life and soul of the party, aren't we, Mavis? Or should it be lives and souls?
Yeah, well, think on your...
Come on, we'll go and bring the rest.
Lovely.
Bye.
OK, ta-ta, dear. Try love.
Oh, happy Easter, Mr. Tatlock.
He only said that at Christmas.
Sorry I spoke.
Is that all the grub there's going to be?
Oh, no, there's more to come. Why? You haven't been invited, have you?
Yeah, of course I have. Just wanted to make sure it was going to be worth me while turning up.
Right, you can open them.
It's beautiful. Oh, thanks. You shouldn't have them.
I know. I just couldn't help myself. Happy birthday.
Oh, it's beautiful. I bet it was expensive.
Well, I'll be broke for weeks.
Have you seen it? It's lovely.
Smashing, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous, Gail. Do you know, if I didn't know better, I would swear he bought it at Cartier's.
You're only jealous.
Of course she is. I think it's lovely. Let's hope he goes on buying you expensive presents long after you're married.
You will, won't you?
Well, not when we're married. It's not allowed, is it?
No, you wouldn't think so. Some of the fellas I've been going out with.
Right, shut them again.
Huh?
You heard? Happy birthday, Gail.
Where is it? Well, open it.
Oh, Sue. I know I shouldn't, but I did, and I'll be broke for months.
It's lovely. I think I'm going to cry.
Oh, I'm going.
Oh, hey, up, you daft paper. There, there's something from me.
Oh, Elsie.
Oh, flipping heck, she is going to cry. Oh, I'll go.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you daft thing. Wag your nose.
I'm so happy.
I should think you are and all. She should be, shouldn't she, Brown?
Hey, don't. Your nose goes red when you cry.
Yeah, I bet yours does too.
Gail, there's a visitor for you.
Hello, love.
Mother.
Oh, God. One of these days you'll sound glad to see me. You're him, aren't you? You're Brian.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, you could have done worse, love. Much worse. At least he's got all his teeth.
Hey, that's what I always say. Sorry.
Well, seeing as my daughter isn't going to do it, I shall introduce myself. I'm Audrey Potter, and you must be...
Elsie Tanner.
Of course. And you're...
Susie, we spoke on the phone.
Oh, we did, didn't we? And how's me only daughter on her big day? Blooming by the look of it.
All right. No need to ask how you are.
Oh, I'm fine, love, as ever. I'm looking forward to tonight, though. Have you got a fella for me?
We'll have to see what we can do, won't we, Gail?
Well, come on, love. Let's have a look at your engagement ring.
I'm off to the party then.
Are you?
Oh, come, Mum. Will you?
No.
Oh, please.
No. I haven't got the heart for it, Brian.
Oh, come on, you'll enjoy yourself. You know we'll... Come on, you like a knees up?
No, love. I'd only spoil it for everybody. I'm better off here.
You know, Mum, this is the first time you've ever let me down.
I heard that. And he's right. You are letting him down. On one of the most important days of his life.
Well, don't you think I don't know that? But I can't help myself.
I know you can't, love, so why the heck don't you let me try and help you then? Huh? Come on, what do you say?
Exactly how long is that flaming woman going to be in the bathroom?
At a rough guess, I should say about another hour.
I wouldn't be at all surprised. Listen, can I borrow your mascara? Mine is in the bathroom.
Up yourself.
Well, what do you make of her?
I like her. She's myself.
Yeah, but she's not Gail's sort.
I shouldn't think she would be.
Has anybody got a fag? I've run out.
Yes, love, over there on the
Oh,
settee.
Tar, saved my life.
Have you finished in the bathroom?
Of course I have, love. Why? Were you waiting to get in?
Oh, no. Whatever gave you that idea?
Little matter. Am I right?
I'd say you wouldn't be far wrong.
Still, I'm the last one to talk. There's quite a few think I'm a right bitch. What does Gail say about me?
Oh, not a lot, actually.
Chalk and cheese.
Hmm?
Me and Gail. Me and my daughter. I like a good time.
Well, so does Gail.
Yeah, but she doesn't like me to have one, though.
Oh, well, kids are the same. They like mothers to be mothers.
Sounds like you might have had the same trouble yourself.
Oh, seen a bit of life. Got 2 kids of my own, you know.
Gail says you're divorced.
Only twice.
Oh. I'm not married.
Never?
No. Him I had Gail by, her father. It was all promises, you know. Course we'll get married, love. Just as soon as we've saved up a bit of money for a place of our own. We were living with his parents. He'd no intention. He'd gambled half his wages an hour after he got them. So I left him. I just took Gail and I went. And I never heard another word from him. Not a word.
Can't have been easy, you know, bringing Gail up all by yourself.
No, it wasn't easy. Still, I didn't let it get me down. But why should I? What good does it do you, having a long face?
That is what I always say.
You've worn very well, though, haven't you?
Thank you very much.
Is Gail all right? I mean, this lad, do you know him?
He's a very nice lad, is Brad.
He looks it.
Only, we have a bit of opposition from his mother.
Oh, why?
Oh, no reason. She's just being a mother, that's all.
It's not easy, is it?
Oh, you can say that again.
Well, how do I look?
Flipping gorgeous.
Fabulous. Really fabulous. Well, I better go and put my glad rags on.
Mum.
Yeah?
Oh, never mind.
Don't worry. It's your party.
You know so much. I like your mum.
He's all right. Just a bit overpowering.
Perhaps we might have come a bit too early, Emily.
I do.
Can you dance like that? No. Me neither. Look, my body just refuses to move in time to that sort of music.
I know what you mean.
It's a good example of the generation gap, I suppose.
Yes.
Oh, hey, kid, it's boring. Well, give it a chance.
Right now, a very special sound for a very special young lady on her very special day. Miss Gail Potter is 21 today. Here's the door time with Smokey.
Didn't take you long.
Just getting warmed up for you. Hey, you look great.
Have a good time, Gail. Have a good time, Gail.
Hey, he's not bad. You can have him. I've got mine.
And she looked at me with her dark brown eyes, and she whispered, "Hasta la vista."
Easy when you know how. So it seems. Doesn't Gail look nice? Oh, yeah.
Hey, give us a pint, Betty.
Sorry, love, I'm select. Mr. G's the bar.
Give us a pint, Fred.
Hang about, Willie. I'm not a flipping octopus.
Oh, it's going to be one of those nights, Albert. I say it's going to be one of those nights, Albert.
You don't know what time supper is, do you?
No. No idea. Hello there.
Hello. You haven't met Gail's mother, have you? This is Audrey. Len Fairclough, one-time friend and neighbour of mine.
You've got to be kidding. I mean, she can't be anybody's mum.
Oh, you know, I think you and me could have a lot in common.
Did I hear you say you wanted to order then?
Yes, a pint for me, gin and tonic for Elsie and Audrey.
I think I'll have a Pernod just to get me going, you know.
I can do that for you, though. Know what I mean?
Who's Steve McQueen when he's at home?
Somewhat to be avoided.
Unlike me.
Are they all like this round here? Not that I'm complaining.
They're all at a funny age, love.
All right, love. Yes. Right, what's everybody having? I've just drawn divvy.
Hi there, nice to see you. You don't know Audrey, do you? Gail's mother. This is Mr. and Mrs. Tilsley.
Bert and Ivy to you, love.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, right. Well, I did ask what everyone was having, didn't I?
No, I'm in a chair. What is it now?
Right, well, just half for me and a lager for Ivy.
Fred!
I'll see you in a minute, love.
Well done.
Psychic, are you?
Yeah.
Wasn't easy. Know what I mean?
Excuse me, love.
Hey, Brian!
Yeah?
Look who's here!
Hi, Mum.
Fed up with it, love?
It's not very good.
You look tired, are you?
I'm a bit, aye.
Why don't you go to bed?
You know, I think I will.
Would you like me to make you some hot milk or cocoa or something?
Look, I don't want any more of them hospital-type drinks, thank you very much. Good night, love.
Good night, love. Would you like me to put a hot water bottle in
Will
for
you stop fussing? Look, why don't you go down to Rovers for the last half hour?
On my own? Don't be daft.
Well, when I feel a bit better, we'll have a party, eh? Show 'em back in circulation and good as new.
Hey, she can definitely dance, your mum.
Yeah?
Hey, come on, Ivy. Let's show what we can do.
Oh, Bert, this is not our sort of music.
Come on, I said. Don't be such a bitch.
Hey, look at me, Mum.
I'm too busy watching mine making a fool of herself.
Hey, can't we have a pit stop?
Are you tired already?
Well, I'm supposed to be a flipping invalid,
It doesn't exactly fill you, this food, does it?
I would have thought 3 helpings might have Mr. Tatlock.
I don't think it's about free either. And they were supposed to be, you know.
Well, have you actually paid for one, Mr. Tatlock? Because you certainly haven't since you've been sitting here.
That's not the point.
Would you like to dance, Mrs. Bishop?
Are you under orders?
No, honest.
You're very gallant. Very much.
I noticed nobody else used to dance.
Oh, no. So what's new?
Hey, when are you going to start washing up again?
Just 5 minutes of my break left, Jack.
You're having longer on your break than you have with your work.
Well, that's what they call workers' perks these days, Betty, didn't you know?
For some.
Don't go away.
I'm not moving.
And on into the night we roll with the hits, the sounds of the sensational times we live in.
Hang about, that's it. Sorry, folks, we're going to knock it out there. Listen, keep quiet, will you? There's a panda car parked outside. We've no license for this, look. So I'm sorry, so knock it on the head. Knock it on the head.
Just a minute. I want to say something. Hey, could I have a bit of bush, please?
I've been
Just
trying
a
to get
minute.
so much.
Hey, hang on. Just a minute. Listen, I know you all know that today is Gail's 21st birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gail. Happy birthday to you. Hey, hang on. There's also another reason for this party. I know some of you don't know that she's also just got herself engaged. Hey, I heard that. She's balmy and you're right. Mind you, I tried to warn her, but she wouldn't listen. No, but seriously, I'd just like to say that I think they make a right smashing couple.
I think I'm very lucky. Lucky to get Gail.
Give it a kiss, then. Go on. That's the way.
Well, I'd just like to say that when these two are finished, the drinks are over at my place.
And off we go with conga.
thought you were supposed to be fit.
Sorry, now.
You're still at it.
All right, Dad, you can stop now.
Blame me partner, she won't stop flinging me from side to side.
Hey, she seems to be doing all right on her own.
Sorry, I just got carried away.
Hey, where's the booze?
Right, what's everyone having? You've got a choice, gin and beer or beer and
Yeah,
gin.
gin and beer. I'll give you an hand with the bar because I've got a gift for it.
As well as the conga.
I am a dark horse, mate.
What record player's there? Put some records on.
Give us a kiss first.
Oh, you're just greedy, you.
Stop.
Here, put him down, Gail.
You just get on with what you're doing.
Oh, you got here intact then? No broken limbs. Oh, was I making an exhibition of myself? I just seemed to go wild.
Not before time.
Oh, I felt almost wanton, a little ill.
I'm too tired to get up for a drink.
Well, I'll go get you one just as soon as I've got my second wind.
Hey, was that Rita I saw outside the Rovers?
Well, I don't know, was it?
She's supposed to be singing at the Gatsby.
Gail's mother? Well, I've never guessed it.
Neither did anybody else. Hey, but you're coming out for a drink now, aren't you?
Just you try stopping me.
Good. Hey, and I don't want any bloodstains on my carpet, mind you. Ivy, come on, love.
No, I don't think I fancy it, Elsie.
Oh, don't be so daft. Grab her other arm, Rita. Come on, do as you're told.
Sorry, love, I'm just doing what I'm told.
I'd rather go home.
Oh, shut your face and get on with it. Hey, you're all over to come round after. Oh, it's very kind of you, lovey. Hey, what think you're doing?
Well, you heard what she said. I'm going to the party.
Well, what about all the washing up you contracted to do?
Betty, in another half hour, it'll be tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is just as good a time for washing up as tonight. There won't be no party tomorrow. Excuse me.
Phew. Well, what do you think?
What do you mean, what do I think?
Well, Hilda's right, isn't she? I mean, we can clean up tomorrow. With Mrs. Walker being away, we're like our own bosses, aren't we?
I am the boss.
Well, give yourself the boss's perks. Leave the cleaning till tomorrow.
Why not?
Come on, I'll give you a tour around Elsie's settee.
Oh, look, if I'm not mistaken, you'll have eyes for somebody else, Fredgie.
I don't know what you mean.
Don't you?
Upon my soul, my dear, Montana.
Thank you. That's enough tonic. Yeah, love. Perhaps this will put new life into you.
Aye, perhaps it will.
Ooh, I've lost my seat to passion.
What's the matter with this?
Cheers.
I've told you, no violence. Is everything all right?
It couldn't be better.
You haven't met Len's wife, have you? Rita, this is Audrey, and vice versa.
Hello, love. I'll tell you what, your husband's got some very bony knees.
Has he? Do you know, I wouldn't know. Still, you'd have to sit on them to find that out, wouldn't you? Evening, Ayatollah.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be singing at the Gatsby.
No customers. Dead as muttons. Unlike here.
Having a great time here, aren't we?
Only has to keep having little rests.
I'd get you a drink, but
No. You sit there, love, and have your little rest. See you later.
She's harmless.
I'm not.
Here, what's happened to all the booze?
Well, that's all there was, Elsie.
Well, where can we get some more, then?
Is Rena still up, do you think?
Hey, I'll go and have a look.
No, you
sugar.
won't. This is my party, my treat. I won't be a tick.
Have you got any gin?
You'll have to have it neat, I'm afraid.
I'm not fussing.
She's a good mover, Gail's mother, isn't she? And Len's not bad with her either.
I wish me mum had stopped dancing with Len.
Well, Sim's been enjoying himself. Mind you, I can't blame him.
That's typical of a man.
Hey, now is that any way to be talking to a bloke you've just got yourself engaged to?
It's just she annoys me.
Well, stop watching her all the time, then. She's only enjoying herself. Nobody else finds her annoying.
Is that Rita?
Hello, Mum. How long have you been here?
I've been upstairs.
Can I get you a drink?
No, I'm not bothered.
You're having one. A double gin, 8, in the barman is.
Brian!
Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. To me party. Thanks for coming.
Oh, I thought it went very well.
Yeah.
I thought you looked lovely.
Thank you.
They are my chickadee, one large gin. Don't blame me, it's our Brian's idea. Hey, just all that, would you, love? Before you sup it, Let this carpet feel your Italian heels.
Oh, hang on a minute, I've only just come in.
Oh, come on, kid. That conga's gone straight to me head.
Hey, I don't know about your mum. What about me dad?
How does drink affect you, Emily? Well, I've not had all that much experience, really. I got quite squiffy at Elsie's Christmas party off homemade wine.
But how does it affect you? You know, I mean, does it make you happier or more miserable or sexier?
Sick, really.
Gives me a headache. I often wonder if I had more, you know, before I had the headache, would I be a different person?
Well, you could always ignore the headache and break through the pain barrier, as it were.
Yes, I could, couldn't I? I might try that tonight, actually.
Hello, girls.
Hello. Oh, it's quite lively, isn't it?
Look at her still riding away.
Does it make a beautiful sight? That fake club spoils it, though.
I'm sorry for showing you out the back, but if somebody saw you leaving shop with that lot, I might get in trouble.
Ah, yes, you would, wouldn't you? Mind you, I did sneak in the back way, didn't I? Hey, you are coming across for a few minutes after, aren't you?
No, not me, love. You've got to be in the mood for a party, haven't you? And I'm not. Anyway, I'm still all in my mug.
Well, who noticed that? Not without a lot, they're all half cooked.
No, thanks. Next time.
Hey, by the way, how is Alf? I mean, I only got it second-hand, you know.
Oh, yes, you were away, weren't you, of course, when it happened. Well, it's progressing slowly, you know.
Oh, that's good. Can be a nasty thing, a knock on the head like that.
Yeah.
Still, he's always been healthy, Alf, hasn't he? I mean, it'll stand him in good stead, won't it?
Let's hope so.
Yeah. He is all right, isn't he?
Oh, yes, of course he is. He's sleeping like a baby at the moment.
No, well, that's all right. Oh, thanks for the bottle of wine.
Tell Gail I wish we were drinking it with her.
She's having a smashing time.
So she should. She'll not be 21 again. Mind you, she might get engaged again.
Not if she's got out to do with it, kid. See ya.
Ta-da, love.
They make a very nice couple, don't they? Gail and Brian.
Yeah, they do.
I'm told you don't approve.
No, not really.
Something about Gail?
No, I just think, I think our bride's too young. I mean, he's got a long way to go before he starts thinking of settling down.
Yeah, well, if he is thinking about it and he has got engaged, he couldn't do any better than Gail.
Perhaps not.
No perhaps about it.
Now then, are you not dancing, darling?
Oh, my, what big eyes you've got.
Come on, come and have a shake with me.
Well, I don't think I'd like to be responsible for you doing much shaking, love. Besides, I promised to dance with Mr. Tilsley. You don't mind, do you, love?
I think she's a bit too frisky for you, Fred, if you'd mind me saying so.
I do, as a matter of fact.
That's your partner, Len. Mrs. Potter. How old would you say she was? 40. Oh, different ages to different folk, obviously. Excuse me, John.
She's no more 30 than I'm Chinese.
Well, perhaps a bit more.
You're an old ramper, club.
Can I help it if she fancies me?
You coming down to me before I murder you.
Don't forget I'm accustomed to a very good partner.
Keeping him in order.
Not difficult, love.
Go on, keep pouring. There's no need to be stingy. It's not as though it's your wine.
Since when have you been having wine?
All us housewives drink a lot of it these days, didn't you know? Packet of washing powder and a bottle of plonk, that's the usual order. When you think about it, there is a connection.
Talk about washing. You'll be at the Rovers in the morning to do the washing up. If you're not, us will come after you.
Well, I might be. Then again, I might not. Depends on my hangover.
Excuse me. Oh, hello. Yeah, do you know you've been officially engaged for 4 hours?
I know. It's wonderful.
Isn't it about time he gave him his ring back?
Jealous, are we?
Come again.
Of your mate getting engaged.
Oh, give over.
Well, it sounded like it to me.
Well, you couldn't be more wrong, could you, clever clogs? No, it's not for me. What's the point?
Exactly what I say.
And me.
It's a total dead loss.
Absolutely.
So, what say we prove it?
Hmm?
I find you somewhere more comfy.
Is she all right?
Yes, I am all right. It's just if I open my eyes, everything goes blurred.
It's funny that. Everything goes blurred when I close mine.
Well, it will, won't it, you silly moo? Oh, Emily, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, I think I better go before I do something silly.
Me too.
Lead the way. No, no, you go first. There you are. Put my hand on your shoulder.
Steady as you go, girls.
Good night,
Good night. Good night.
Hey, come on, Bert, we better go. We've got to be at work in the morning, love.
Ah, you're right. Do you know, all my power seems to have left me all of a sudden. Hey, we better say goodnight to the lovebirds.
I don't think they want disturbing.
They'll be all right, love. You take my word for it.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see, won't we? Come on. Night.
Good night, love.
Good night,
I'm
Elsie.
coming with you.
Good night, love. I'll see you at the funny farm.
Ah, worse luck.
It's all right, love.
Good night,
Good
Bert.
night.
Are you awake for a club?
No.
I'm tired.
I'll nod off then.
Hey, you can have him back if you like. Oh, no, thanks. He looks dead to me.
Anyway, listen, Bubbles, as I was saying now, on my day off, I usually go for a run in the country, you know. I know a few nice little country boozers.
That right?
Yeah, well, look, who's taking you home? I've got a little car with me.
Yeah, well, I've just this second decided to stay here.
I'm getting on, Fred.
Oh, Belto.
What did I say?
Sure, that's all right.
Yes, of course it's all right. You can sleep in Gail's bed, can't you, Gail? Your mum's staying here tonight. No good talking to them two, is it?
Hey, do you remember when you were like that?
No.
No, mate.
Hey, I think your mum just said she was stopping at night.
Did she? I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, it's raining in my heart.
Hey, madam, do you know what time it is?
No.
It's only 8:30.
Is it?
Is it? Have you got the day off or something?
Emily said I could be late if I wanted.
Oh, well, you're late already. So am I, for that matter. Cool. Look at the state of this room.
Me mum and Susie will clear it up, don't
Oh, will they? Have you seen the state of them? Dead to the world. Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, yeah. It was nice, though, wasn't it?
Hmm?
My party. Oh. Rovers and back here. Thanks for that, Elsie. Thanks for having them back here.
Oh, I enjoyed it too, you know. Mind you, I'll pay for it today. I've got a head like a boiler.
I think Ivy enjoyed herself.
Yes, with a little persuasion.
Better than her not being here at all.
Yeah. Your mum had a good time, you know.
So what's new?
You'd never think Gail was a daughter, though, would you? You know what I mean? Never in this world.
You might if you thought about it.
Now,
Well, maybe Gail's like she is. A bit more homely.
Gail's not homely. Oh, you must be joking.
Well, quieter then. Because her mother's like she is.
what? I never saw her do out you could object to last night. Except perhaps make everybody else feel a lot happier, you know what I mean?
Yeah, including you.
Well, yeah, I don't deny it.
Look, all I'm saying is that Gail wants security because she's never got it from her own family.
Well, it's not a crime, is it?
No, it's not a crime. I'm off. Watch pots for me, love.
Yeah, it's all right, love.
Oh, that's better. Oh,
You shouldn't drink if it makes you ill.
I'm not ill, Betty. I'm just a bit fragile, aren't I?
Oh, Fred, you look terrible. I'd go back to bed if I was you.
I should have thought that's where you might have been, you know, in bed.
Yeah, well, there was. Got up at 7:30 as usual. But every time I moved my head, I got this terrible pain. Must have been all that cheap wine, you know. Anyhow, I took a couple of aspirins and went back to bed for a couple of hours. I'm right as rain now.
That's what I could do with Betty, a couple of aspirins. You don't have to know if we're having it upstairs, dear.
No, I don't.
Oh, all right, don't shout. I'll just nick up in the bathroom, see if we're having up there. Excuse me.
Not going to get much work out of him today.
More to the point, love, am I going to get any work out of you? I mean, we've only got an hour to go before we open and you've not done Anne's turn yet.
No, that's true. But you know me, once I get going, I'm a tornado. Hey, there's just one little thing before we start, though.
What?
Well, all this mess were created yesterday, wasn't it?
Of course it was, you were here.
A public holiday. A double time day.
So?
So, I'll want double time for clearing it up, won't I? Still, don't you worry your head about it, Chuck. I'll put a special claim into Mrs. Walker. Now, I'll get started on the select, shall I? And you needn't look like that, Betty, love, as if somebody's just pinched your bum. The system's there to be exploited, you know, as Eddie Yates is always saying. Happy days are...
You've got a visitor, love.
Hello, Rita. You're a sight for sore eyes.
I expected you to be all pale and gaunt.
Gaunt, Tim, that'll be the day.
Yeah, well, she's put it around still badly so she can keep me locked up in here.
It'll not do him any harm to take it easy for a few days, will it, Rita?
Definitely not.
Well, how did it go last night? I've heard that many reports.
Oh, it was very nice. I mean, we didn't stay too long, you know, about 2 o'clock.
I heard Len were cutting a bit of a dash in Rovers earlier on.
Who told you that?
Well, you know Mrs. Parker from Victoria Street, whose husband's always in Rovers for the last half hour? Well, he said that he'd seen Len with this woman. She told her daughter Jean, who works across the road, who told me when she came in for a barm cake this morning.
Right. Mark only wasted his time, didn't he?
Well, who was she?
Hey, how much you don't know?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. It was Gail's mother.
Well, according to Jean, she was a bit of a bombshell.
Like I said, Gail's mother.
What time is it?
Oh, you've surfaced then.
Have I? I'm not so sure. Is it worth it?
It's 10:30 if you must know. I expected you up hours since to help clear up. I don't want Elsie to come back and find this place in a mess.
Of course I'll clear up. Just leave it. You haven't got any tea brewed, have you?
I'll make some if you like.
Thanks, love. That would be smashing. My throat feels like a sand pit. You seem fairly bright and breezy.
I am.
It was a good party, wasn't it?
I thought so.
I didn't let you down, did I? Didn't show you up?
No.
Well, you don't seem so sure.
You were just you, as usual.
Well, is that so terrible, love? Me being me.
Well, it's not me.
So you want everyone to be like you, do you?
No, of course not.
Well, then.
You didn't show me up. In fact, everybody liked you.
Well, I found they do. Generally. Give us another chance, eh?
Chance?
You know what I mean. Look, I know I've not been up to much as a mother since, well, for quite a few years. Forever swanning off, fellas. But I always played fair when you were younger. I was never missing then.
It's true.
I'm making up for a lost youth, I suppose. Do you blame me?
No, I don't.
Good. You know, you can afford to be a bit generous, being so happy yourself.
I am happy.
Promise me one thing.
What?
Don't throw your youth away. I know you've got a ring on your finger. That's something I never had. But don't do anything daft.
Don't worry, I won't.
But if you do, you know where I live.
Yes, Mum.
Oh, do you know, I can't see. Do you know, I think I've gone blind.
Oh, isn't she a sight?
Terrible.
Oh, look who's talking. You know oil painting yourself.
Hey, don't you talk to my mum like that.
Oh.
Hey, Oliver.
How do I know that's not one that's left over from last night?
Of course they are. They were all eaten last night, and from what I hear, most of them by you.
Well, they shouldn't invite folk if they don't expect you to eat much. Hey, look, part of that crust is missing. How about 10p for damaged goods?
20.
How many pies at 20p do you think I can buy out of my pension?
A lot.
Well, I'm going out today, you know.
Oh, rubbish.
15p.
20.
I hope you never grow old and poor. And you will, you know.
I'm poor now, Albert.
Oh,
Come on.
You know, I still reckon it's one left over from last night.
Hey, you're in a bad mood, aren't you?
through mixing with bad people. It even rubs off on me who wouldn't normally hurt to fly. And you needn't start your skiving. I've served 3 customers already.
Certainly, Betty, certainly. Anything you say. Yes, ladies.
2 G&Ts, please.
Certainly. And may I say how delectable you both look, seeing as you could have hardly been to bed.
Well, I wish I could say the same about you, love, but even your ball patch looks tired.
2 G&Ts.
Well, have you taken up permanent residence?
If you'll put me up.
Well, I would, love, for it's him. He shouldn't have such excitement.
How can I never get any?
Oh, you pig.
What are you having?
No, my round. Just to say thank you all for a very good night.
Generous as well as beautiful.
You do fancy yourself, Berkeley.
He always did.
There's our lad.
2 G&Ts.
And a vodka, lad.
Fine.
Sure that's it?
For now.
What's up with him? Hangover?
She's just insulted him.
Well, he asked for it.
Poor Fred. I mean, he's like a bull at a gate in most things. Still, sensitive in other areas.
Oh, what a morning. Still, it's always like that, isn't it, after the holidays? Finished now, love?
Yes, love, very nice, that. Like a nice bit of liver.
Yes, I know you like liver. I'm afraid there's no afters, love. Unless you'd like to open it in a fruit.
No, you're all right.
Pears? Now you like pears?
Look, I've had enough, love. I mean, can't be as fat as a pig, you know, all this food and no exercise.
Well, just trying to build you up, you know, get your strength back. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I'll make it.
No, you won't. I'll make it. Tell you what I've got, a vanilla. Now, you like vanilla?
Look, I've just told you I don't want any bloody afters. How many more times do I have to tell you?
I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Morning, girls. It's me. Chick, 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 chicken. Lay a little egg for me. Chick, 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 chicken.
Hey, Hilda!
What do you want?
A bit of flaming peace. They make enough row without you joining in.
You mind your own business. This is my backyard, and if I want to sing in it and my hens want to cluck in it, we can do. Any road is good for production. Scientists have proved that cows give more milk and hens lay more eggs when you give them a bit of music.
Oh, that's what you call it, is it? Anyway, I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about first thing in the morning. As soon as a bit of light, there's a right flaming racket.
Yeah, well, it's their nature, isn't it? What do you want me to do, gag 'em?
Casserole 'em, boil 'em, roast 'em, anything. But let's have a bit of flaming peace.
Just jealousy, that's all. You're not the only one round here who can sing a bit, you know. Now then, have you been good girls? Let's have a look at... Oh, yes. Oh, very good. Oh! Hey, Stan! Eddie! Come here! Oh, you have been good girls.
What's up?
Look here.
Blimey, 6. That's terrific.
Yeah, most they've ever laid, isn't it? Ah, didn't they do well?
That's 1 egg per hen. It means each one's laid one, doesn't it?
Little darlings.
Maybe some were laid, though, and some haven't. Maybe one hen laid the lot.
Oh, give over, don't talk so daft.
It could be. One bird doing all the work.
Oh, no, Stan. No, they're all good layers, them little darlings.
I think they know when you're encouraging them, you know. They like me singing to them and all.
Hey, and who wanted to get shut? Hey? Oh, ye of little faith.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't generally lay anything like as many as this, do they?
Are you knocking them? After what they've done for you this morning, are you knocking them?
No. No, they're good birds, I will say that. Aren't you? Yes, yeah, you're good little birds.
Hey, Betty.
What?
You reckon he's good looking, eh?
Who is it?
Why, is that Canadian fella, Pierre Thingy, you know, Prime Minister or something?
Ah, he's all right. What are you asking me for?
Well, I was just thinking, you know, he's the sort of bloke that birds go for, isn't he? You know, he's reckoned to be good looking, right? Going a bit thin on top.
That's not got a lot to do with it. I mean, look at Kojak. Then there's that other star, what's his name? Yul Brynner.
Oh, don't kid me, Betty. If Kojak came in here and his name was Alf Bloggs and he worked up at the abattoir and used to sit in that corner supping pints of mud, you'd take no flipping notice of him.
What's brought all this on? Hey, and while we're on the subject of fancying people and not fancying them, you were a little bit smitten the other night.
Me?
Yeah, you and Gail's mother, your eyes were nearly popping out your head.
Rubbish. Mind you, I admit she were worth looking at, you know, though bit obvious.
Yeah, we're a bit obvious that you fancied her.
I did a bit. Till I started talking to her and then, well, I went off her then.
Why, was she not up to your standards as a conversationalist?
She was very insulting, as a matter of fact.
How do you mean?
No, I'll not repeat
Oh,
it.
go on. You're among friends.
Well, she made remarks about my hair.
Your hair? What hair?
You see, you're doing it now, aren't you? Just because you're going a bit thin on top, people think that you're fair game. Calling you Baldilocks and all that.
Oh, don't get sensitive about it. It doesn't matter how much hair a fella's got. That's not what women care about.
Of course it is. And I'm going to do something about it and all.
Like what?
Elizabeth, dear.
Yes?
Ash, we're out most of the morning.
Oh, yes.
So, if you would, open up. The float's all ready.
Yes, certainly, Mrs. Walker.
Shall I get the car out, Mrs. Walker?
No, thank you very much, Fred. On a nice spring morning, I prefer a walk. I thought I might call in on poor Alf.
Oh, what a good idea. He'll be getting fed up by now. I mean, fellas get restless, don't they, when they're stuck at home?
Depends on the man, of course. My dear Jack, who spent all his working and all his private life between these four walls, always seemed very well suited.
Now, what I mean is, Alf will be better when he can get back to work.
Yes, Alf is one of nature's workers. I wish I could say the same for everyone. Morning. You are late again, Mrs. Ogden. 20 minutes this time.
Yeah, well, I'm very sorry, but you can't go by the clock when you've livestock to take care of.
By livestock, I presume you're referring to the half-dozen hens you have in your backyard?
Oh, now, whether it's half a dozen or 1,000, Mrs. Walker, it's all nature. Them hens have their own time, and I have to abide by it. I dare say we'd all be better and healthier if we lived by nature's clock.
Quite possibly. But as far as the Rovers is concerned, I intend to persist with Greenwich Mean Time, and so will you. Oh, Fred, as I shan't be using the car this morning...
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
It would be a good opportunity for you to wash and polish it.
Flipping heck. I thought you were going to say I could borrow it.
No chance.
No, it's one of her Lady Muck days. Oh, I can always tell when she's got it on her.
Him and his chocolate novelties. Look at him. We'll never sell all these now. He's a flaming chocolate novelty all on his own, he is. Are you listening, Riley?
Of course I'm listening.
Then why don't you say something?
Because I wasn't aware that we were having a conversation. I didn't know you were talking to me. I didn't even know you were talking at me. I thought you were just indulging your bad temper.
I'm entitled to be bad-tempered. I'm lumber with all these Easter novelties because you let that drippy heartthrob persuade you into ordering all this lot.
Look, if you're referring to Derek...
Who else would I be referring to? Who else fits the description and goes round selling chocolate catastrophes?
Well, it's very nice chocolate.
He conned you, you know that, don't you?
Look, I've always found Derek very sincere, whatever other faults he might have.
He's never shown his face in here since he dumped this lot on us, has he? And what did he say? Oh, yes, maybe I'll be around a lot in the future.
Oh, I expect his work keeps him busy.
He's keeping busy avoiding you. Until the next time he wants something. I mean, look what happened when he won that salesman's prize. Correction. He got it, you won it for him by ordering all this lot. Did he so much as take you for a night out?
Well, he as good as offered to.
He talked you into making a meal for him, and then he talked you out of having that prize.
You always take the lowest view of human nature, you. Well, I couldn't be like that.
I'm trying to open your eyes for you. Derek's the sort of bloke that gives women a hurt look with spaniel eyes and looks as if he just might cry. He's a con man.
Morning.
Just the man. I was hoping you'd come in. I've got something for you. Well, not so much you, more them kids you have across at youth centre.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Well, it's these Easter novelties. They are smashing, very popular. Isn't it lovely chocolate, maybe?
Well,
only I've put a few on one side for you. Because I thought to myself, well, some of them kids you get across at the youth centre, they're never likely to see a chocolate novelty at home. So I put 3 dozen in a box for you. They normally sell at 20p, but you can have them at trade price 12p. Is that all right?
Very kind of you, Rita. Thanks for going to all the trouble.
Oh, nonsense, don't mention it.
Right, well, I'll pop round this evening and we'll sort it out then.
Right.
And you call Derek a con man?
I wonder if I could shove another couple of dozen on him.
Another cup of tea?
No, really, Alpha mustn't. Still got 1 or 2 errands to do.
How are things down at the Rovers now? I believe it was a right mess.
Well, we're getting back to normal, thank heaven. The bar was a shambles, but luckily it was more surface than structure.
That's like me, I reckon. You know, no visible damage to the structure.
Oh, well, it's wonderful that you can joke about it. You gave us such a terrible fright, and here you are.
Yeah, well, they can't get rid of me that easy.
We missed you very much at the Rovers.
Well, you know me, I'd have been down there first day I was out of hospital, but Reedy said take it easy.
Oh, she's quite right. You've got to take things steadily.
I suppose so.
I hope Al's been looking after you, Mrs. Walker.
Indeed he has, dear. And I'm so pleased to see that he's looked after so well.
Ah, well, she's a right little mother hen, is Reedy, you know. Mrs. Walker was just saying, when am I going down for a pint? I think that's what she came round for, to drum up a bit of trade.
What a thing to say.
Oh, he knows me better than that, dear.
Yeah, I think I'll have a walk down this dinner time.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I do. Listen, a pint at the Rovers is not going to kill me. Mind you, last one I had nearly did.
Oh, don't.
Just a joke, love.
I know, but even so...
Oh, well, it's nice to have him back, his old robust self. Bye-bye, love.
Ah. I'll see you.
Hope I see you later.
Yes. Hey, and tell Fred to put a good barrel on.
Here, double egg and chips twice, that do you?
Marvellous, Mrs. Holt. Matching.
Who's this? Oh, hello, Ken. Come on in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I see you're having your lunch. I'll come back later.
No, you're all right. Go on in.
Hello.
Yeah, sit yourself down. Oh, you're not into these two. You've as much chance of stopping a mechanical shovel as ours, Stan. And Eddie's not behind the door neither when it comes to getting his dinner down him.
They're our own eggs, you know, Ken. Collected this morning, just fried by Hilda. Great.
Yes, smashing.
Fried to perfection. If you haven't tasted Hilda's frying, you haven't lived. Hey, Stan, give him one of your chips and let him dip it in your yolk.
Let him have one of your chips, dip it in your yolk.
I'll tell you what, one of my chips in your yolk.
My chip, your egg.
Done. Go on.
You know, if only the coal board and the miners were as good at negotiating as you two.
Yeah, it's delicious. Very good.
You'd not get that flavour with shop eggs.
If we can grow some spuds, we can have an homegrown dinner.
Do you know, that's a marvellous vision, that, Stanley.
Yeah.
Nah, we haven't got room for spuds.
I don't mind bought potatoes, me. No, it's the eggs, that's where you want your own.
Yes, I'm sure you're right. But then you pay for freshness, I suppose.
No, just go out in the yard and see what the hens have laid.
Oh, no, you mean the cost of feeding them?
Oh, yeah, you've got to feed them.
Yeah, but it must cost quite a bit, hasn't it? I mean, have you actually totted it up? You know, the price you pay for the corn, that is the running cost, divided by the number of eggs laid and so on.
No, we've not worked it out like that, no.
Well, there's no need, is there?
No, we're quids in. Quids in.
Oh, well, I'm very glad to hear it, because the reason I've come round is to sell you some raffle tickets for the old folks' outing. So, seeing as you're rolling in it,
They are, my dear.
Carlo, thank you.
Hello, Alf. Oh, it is nice to see you.
Hello, Betty, Albert.
How do?
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, well, I said I'd have a walk down. Do you know, it seems ages since I was in here. The fellow missus is local, you know.
And we've missed you at the Rovers too, haven't we, Elizabeth?
Never know.
Aye, well, I'll have a pint of bitter then. And rum for Albert. What you having, Betty? And you too, Annie.
Indeed we shall, but the drinks are on there, I'd
No,
say.
I'll get 'em.
No, don't argue with her. You can pay for the next lot.
Oh, right. Some things around here never change. It's a marvellous feeling, you know, to be able to do the ordinary things again, like coming into your local. I'm looking forward to getting back to work and all.
Just about the worst thing you can do.
Nay, I'm right enough now, Albert.
Look, if you go back to work, it'll cost you money.
How do you make that out?
Well, you'll be claiming compensation, won't you?
Well, I suppose so.
Right. Well, if you go back to work, it'll look as though you've never suffered out. Pain and suffering's what you want from the lorry driver's insurance.
Yeah, well, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
Mr. Tatlock's perfectly right, you know. What you may have suffered may have been nobody's fault, but you're entitled to get what compensation you can for that suffering.
Hello, Fred. You been shopping?
Oh, aye.
What have you been buying?
Oh, what's this?
Mind your own business, Betty.
The point, as I see it, is this, Alf. When a man has suffered as you have done, then he has the right, no, he has the duty to claim whatever compensation he can get for that suffering.
OK, my love. See you, Eddie.
Right,
Travel. Whew. Another session over, and I'm not sorry.
We'll finish clearing up, Elizabeth, and then what would you say to a pot of tea?
Oh, lovely.
And I've got rather a nice walnut cake.
Oh, sounds just right.
I see that we want some more tonics and ginger ales before we open up this evening. Just tell Fred.
Yeah.
Afternoon, Mrs. Walker.
Fred, I was just saying to Elizabeth...
Yes, Mr. Walker.
I was just saying to Elizabeth that we shall need some more tonics and ginger ales before we open up this evening.
Right, Mr. Walker.
Fred?
Yes?
We'll be making a pot of tea in a little while, if you'd fancy a cup.
No, it's all right. I won't bother. Thanks all the same.
Yeah. Hey, he's got a wig on.
I know, it gave me quite a turn.
I couldn't believe me eyes. I thought I was seeing things.
I didn't realise it fully at first. Knew there was something wrong, something that wasn't right.
Well, that's it, isn't it? I mean, I was just going to say to him, what's up with you today? You know, something like that.
I know, that's why I restrained you, dear, because I think it's up to him to draw our attention to it.
Well, how would you mention it then? I mean, what do you think we've not noticed?
I think we've got to walk very warily, probably very self-conscious about it.
Well, I don't want to hurt his feelings, I'm sure.
No, it's very easy to do it.
Yeah, but what about when we open up and he's at the back of the bar? I mean, the customers aren't going to be backward at coming forward now, are they?
No.
Oh, what are the regulars going to say to him?
I dread to think.
Lady Ella, thanks very much. Ta, thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Ken. What can I sell you?
Well, nothing. Actually, I'm doing the selling. Well, I hope so, anyway. Raffle tickets for the old folks outing. 5 for 10p, and you could win a radio.
Go on, I'll have 20p's with.
Oh, great. Thanks, Rini. 5. There we are. And I hope you win.
Better say that to all the girls. It's 20p.
Hey, what have I told you about giving money to strange fellas?
Hello, Alf. How are you keeping?
Not so bad, you know, Ken. Bit tired.
And so he should be. He went rantanning down at Rovis at dinner time.
Oh, Arcata. I only had a couple of pints. I were there less than half an hour.
No, and it were long enough, I know. I've told him to go steady for a bit.
Look, if I go any steadier, I'll come to a dead stop.
Oh, I see. You've got some of these chocolate things. Rita's got a lot of those over at the cabin.
Well, you know why, don't you? Because Mavis's boyfriend, Derek Wilton, sells them for a living. Mavis bought a load for the cabin, and then when she came to work here, well, she bought some for here, too.
All right, dead lost they are and all.
Well, well, well. Rita told me she was doing me a favour. She, saved me 3 dozen for the kids over at the centre.
How much?
12p a piece.
I'll do 3 dozen at 10p a piece.
Oh, well, I haven't collected them yet, and, haven't paid Rita.
Well, has Rita bought any raffle tickets yet?
Not yet.
Well, there you are, you see. All's fair in love and the corner shop. What do you think?
All right, done. I'll take them now.
Now, there's 2 dozen, love. There. Can you put the rest in? That's 3 dozen at 10p. That's £3.60. Go on, call it £3.50 for cash.
Great. Thanks very much. There you are.
Thanks a lot, love.
10 and 2, 12.
Well, lovely. Thank you. Well, hope they like them.
Sure they will. Ta-da, love.
Bye.
You know who's going to get some stick from Rita when she is, don't you? Mavis.
And so she should. It were her that landed us with all these, you know. I don't want to nag you, love, but you do look weary.
Well, I am a bit.
Come on, let's go and sit down. I'll put kettle on while with a bit of peace.
Could have another half a bitter in there, please,
Yeah.
Betty. What do you want, kid? A lager?
Ah, go on then. Right, Chuck.
Evening.
Hi, evening.
Give over. What's up with our eyes nudging? God blimey.
Hey, shut up.
34p, please, there.
Charlotte.
Here, what's up with him? He got himself one of them, you know, them topi things. He hasn't said anything, so I've not said anything to him.
Ah, you do right, Betty. Well, I'll not say anything, and you mustn't say anything.
Hey, kid, but what does he look like?
Don't look now, but Fred G's got a wig on.
Oh, wait, Fred.
Don't look now, because you'll only stand there gawping.
That's what you're doing.
I'm doing it very discreetly.
Well, I'll just have a quick look.
Well?
Well, I couldn't look proper, but... Well, it does look to have more hair. Perhaps he's combing it different.
Give over, he ain't got enough to comb.
No, but some men do wonders with a little bit, don't they? I mean, Bobby Charlton and Robert Robinson, that they sort of spread it over.
I tell you, it's a wig.
Good evening, ladies.
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Walker.
Where did Fred get all that hair from?
You've noticed?
Well, you can't help but notice.
He just appeared this afternoon without saying a word. He hasn't mentioned it to either Elizabeth or myself.
Does he think nobody spotted it?
I don't know, dear, but we feel that it's better that Fred should raise the matter.
You mean like a hat?
Well, I won't say a word, Mrs. Walker.
You needn't use that tone.
I wasn't using any tone.
Oh, yes, you were. It means Mavis is sensitive and sympathetic and Rita Fairclough's dead rough.
Oh, dear.
Oh, do, Albert.
Oh, yeah. Give us half a pint of mild. What the heck have you got on your head?
Pardon?
You've got a wig on.
It's hairpiece, innit? You're the first to notice.
Give over. It's supposed to stay out, that's all.
What do you want to wear a wig for?
Well, it smartens you up, doesn't it? You know, your general appearance.
You look all right anyway.
It doesn't suit you, Fred, you know what I mean? For a start off, you see, your hair looks 20, but your face looks 50.
Look, it's only a hairpiece, innit? Women wear them all the time. Why shouldn't chaps wear them?
Well, it's vanity, isn't it? Shows a fellow thinks too much of himself.
Now, Mr. Tatlock, that is not fair. Everyone is entitled to make the best of themselves.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker.
Although, speaking frankly, Fred, in your case, I am not convinced you have succeeded.
Fred, if it's not a rude question, how much did it cost?
You got it on National Health.
Did I get it on National Health? It were private, this, and it weren't cheap. It's real human hair, this.
Oh, aye. But whose?
Yeah, whose hair have you got on, kid? Do you know I've gone all creepy, mate? I fancy walking about with somebody else's hair on. Hey, you don't even know whose.
It's like wearing somebody else's false teeth.
Look, you lot are only going on because you knew me before. If you didn't and you were meeting me for the first time, well, you'd never know.
Of course we would. He stands out a mile.
Let them notice, love. I think you look very nice. What do you think, Mavis?
Yes, what do you think, Mavis?
Well,
Well, what do you think?
well, I expect you'd be glad of it in the colder weather.
All right, go on, have a good giggle. Go on, have a good giggle. Get it out of your systems.
Right, that's 16, 19, 3, that's 38. 38 off 242 is... 242 is 204 I want.
Give us a marriage.
Oh, look, will you shut up? I can't hear myself think with you two going on.
What are you doing, Hilda?
Sums.
Yeah, what kind of sums?
Feeding the hens. Now then, just a minute. 62 and 47.
60, 21.
Is-
81 score off 237, that's
£1.19.
146.
81 off 237, it's never 146.
No, just a minute, I'm wrong here. No, 62 and 47.
It's
and carry
146.
94 from the last lot.
No, 156. 156 it is.
Oh, aye.
20.
Oh.
20.
Shut up!
Oh, well, do you put me right off me stroke, then?
Yeah, well, just listen here a minute. I'll put you off your stroke good and proper. Now then, I've been totting up what we've been spending on them hens and dividing it by the number of eggs we're getting.
What about it?
They're not laying enough.
They laid 6 this morning.
Oh, aye, this morning, but what's the usual? 2.
Oh, no. Near 3.
Well, 2.5.
Yeah, but for what we're paying out, we could be buying them at the corner shop and getting a dozen more.
Give over.
That can't be right.
Well, it is right. Now, I'm not spending my housekeeping on birds what don't pull their weight. Get enough of that with you two. And I'm not keeping them as pets, so they'll have to go.
Thanks very much, love. Bye-bye, love. Now, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I'm after something for my supper, something appetizing, and I feel in the mood for soup. Now, have you got a tin of vichyssoise?
Vichyssoise? Well, I'm afraid I don't stock it.
Oh, dear. And you know, it is quite excellent, especially if you add a drop of cream just before serving. Well, I'll have to have second thoughts, won't I? You do have game soups.
Game soup? Well, the nearest I've got to game soup is oxtail. It's very nice.
My dear, I'd hardly call oxtail game, would you? I've never heard the sportsmen going out with their guns after oxen. I did think you'd stock game soups.
Well, you know what it's like around here. There's no demand for it.
But surely, dear, the fact that I'm here demanding it proves otherwise. You know, I really do think you would be wise to stock better items. I think it would raise the standard.
Right, that's enough. Don't you come in here telling my wife what to stock.
Oh.
You've always been the same, you. Better than anybody else round here. A cut above. Well, that's what you think.
Alf, I don't know
Because
what
it's
to
all
do.
stuck on, it's all swank. Without them airs and graces, you're nothing.
Alfred, don't get upset.
No, I've had enough. It's time somebody told her. You've picked on a lot of people round here in your time, sneering at them and making them feel small and common. Well, you're not picking on my wife.
Alfred, stop it.
That's it, go on, up it. Coming in here throwing her weight about. We don't need it. Note a pound, that woman.
Morning, girls. And how are you doing this morning, eh? Eh? And how are you, Mrs. Walker? Eh? Looking very spruce, very chirpy, aren't you? Have you got some nice little eggs for us, have you? Eh? Well, let's have a look. Now then, let's see what you've got. Come on, girls. That's it. Come on, shift out the way. Come on, shift out of... Oh. Right. Now then, have you got an egg for Uncle Eddie, eh? That's it. Now, come on, shift. That's it, girl.
What's the score?
Have you been at this?
I've just got up with Matt.
Because you're Hilda.
How should I know?
Well, that's it then. Just a couple.
That's a chop, that's it, isn't it?
You haven't turned against them at all, have you?
No, it's how Hilda heard what she said, didn't you? No eggs today, no eggs tomorrow.
Just when she was coming round and all.
That's what you always say, isn't it?
Where is she?
Out charring.
She hasn't checked, has she?
She'd have picked the eggs up if she had, wouldn't she?
You don't want them done, do you?
It's Hilda, sunshine, isn't it?
Right, I'll be back in a minute.
I'll put the eggs on.
Do you know what I think they ought to do, the government? I think they ought to issue a medal for all them that got through winter. You know, like a campaign medal.
You never mind about medals. They ought to stick something on pensions. It's not medals I'm short of.
You must have quite a few, Mr. Tatler.
And the fact that it's should me and all, ain't it? When I look at some of the folk that's been honoured, I feel like sending a whole lot back.
Yeah, they do give them to some funny people, don't they?
Pop singers, con men, all kinds of riffraff. Now the blooming House of Lords is full of trade union bosses.
Oh, now, just a minute, Albert.
Now you're talking to a trade unionist now, you know.
That doesn't change my opinion.
Look, you've got to have somebody in the House of Lords that knows what a day's grafting is, don't you?
Well, that long, they've been loading it over for so long that I reckon they're entitled to the robes now.
Do you know what you are, Albert? You are a victim of the capitalist press.
Yes, love.
Yeah, just half a dozen eggs, love.
All my life I've been the victim of somebody or something.
And you're not beaten yet, are you, Albert?
Blooming Kaiser, depression, blitz, unemployment, inflation, and blooming miniskirt.
What's wrong with the miniskirt?
Well, he got here too late. Now there's not much strikes.
And it's all done to aggravate you, isn't it, Albert?
How much is that, Tom?
20p.
Right, there you are. Blooming Arab Republic, that's what we ought to have. Chopping folks' hands off.
Ta-da, Mr. Tatler. He's a case, him, isn't he?
He's the political equivalent of a mad axeman, is Albert. He swipes at everybody.
Oh, sorry, love, your eggs. You've some room to talk.
Hey?
After what you said last night.
Oh, give over. I just told her what it was for.
26p, love, please.
Ta.
Thanks.
Morning.
Ta-da, love.
Ta-ra.
The way you did it, Alf.
Look, she knows this place isn't arid. She comes in here to make a fool out of you.
Oh, she doesn't. You know what she's like. You should do.
Yes, I do. Well, I've put up with it for long enough.
Well, it'll be a long time before she forgives us again, after what you said.
Yeah, well, it's all right what you say to some folk, isn't it? As long as it's not the truth.
Doesn't matter whether it's truth or not.
Well, it does to me.
Just because it's truth doesn't mean to say that you have to...
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Do you understand? I will not be mithered.
Here we are, girls. Look what your Uncle Eddie's got for you. That's it. Look. Now, I want you to look after these for him and keep him warm, all right? And don't eat him, you. That's it. There we are. And don't say he never gives you nothing. Aye, aye, Stan.
I do.
there any tea in that pot?
You might squeeze one out.
Oh, great. Taking it easy this morning, are you?
I'm pacing myself, aren't I?
Yeah, well, I might be doing the 100-yard dash in a bit when the Rovers opens, you know.
I've not got to take care, you see. I've got these, what's it, biorhythms.
Have you?
I reckon now.
Is there nothing they can do for it?
No, they can't. It's all here. If you've got these biorhythms, it says some days it's advisable not to put your head out the door.
Get away.
Especially if you've got a dangerous job, like climbing ladders. It's all here.
It's amazing what they come up with, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a good job of discovering these things. Things that we've known about for years.
Oh, Stan, that tea's stewed.
You know where the kettle is. Hey, don't you think we ought to get them 2 eggs and have a quick fry out?
No, you're all right. Leave them where they are.
It's no good leaving them there.
Yes, it is. Look, it gives the hens the idea, you see, when they see the eggs. I think that's where we've been going wrong.
Don't be daft. They either lay or they don't lay. As simple as that.
Oh, no, there's more to it than that, Stan. There's a lot of biology involved with hens, you know.
There'll be no biology when Hilda gets back, will there?
Look, you don't want to see him get the chop, do you?
I've told you, it's our Hilda.
Well, have a little faith and pray for a miracle.
Hey?
I don't suppose you know how it's done yourself.
What?
Killing hens.
Well, you can always give them away.
Do you want them?
No, Tar.
Exactly.
You see, what they do, Hilda, they get them by the neck and they sort of twist the neck like that and it sort of dislocates it, you know.
Well, don't go telling me that. I want somebody who can do it, not describe it.
Keep it down, keep it down.
Well, what to do? Don't you like it? What's up with?
Only one of her migraines, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. Come on, very bad. You know the way it does.
Like when Nellie Harvey brought a new fur coat round.
Worse.
Oh, I'm taking the day off.
Oh, I'm off right now, I'll tell you.
Hey, you've no sympathy, you. She might be genuinely ill, you know.
Well, is she?
No, but she's in a right off.
Well, she was last night.
Yeah? And I know what caused it.
Oh? Well, inform us then, will you?
She's had a letter.
She's had the letter, Fred.
I know, 'cause I seen it yesterday and I took note of the postmark. Jersey.
Been reading the letters?
I don't go round reading other folks' letters. But that's what it'll be. Well, he's always been a worry to her. Got tendencies, you know.
You got what?
Oh, definitely. Been in trouble with the police.
Oh, get off home.
Oh, I know she cracks on he's a manager, but he's not. He's not but a jumped-up waiter. Still, you mark my words. That's where the cause of it lies.
I can't believe it.
Well, I were there, I'm telling you.
Alf!
Alf.
You don't begin to sound like Alf.
Well, I've still got a bruise on my foot when my jaw dropped.
And he said you were all swanked to her face.
Oh, God, he didn't stop there. He really let her have it. I mean, it probably sounds funny the way I were telling it, but it weren't at the time.
Oh, I wouldn't have found it funny. I'd have been that embarrassed.
Well, I were more shocked than anything. I mean, I don't mind giving as good as I get, but he really let rip.
Because it's probably nothing to do with Mrs. Walker. It's probably inattentions, like within himself, something like that.
Yeah, well, why bawl out Annie Walker 'cause she's swanky? I mean, it's like spitting on sea because it's wet.
Is everything all right between him and Renee?
Yeah, well, Renee was sticking up for.
Oh, yes, I know, but, you know, so...
Ah, now here's that nicely spoken gentleman. I bet he had elocution lessons, for he's not swanky.
It's a very dangerous thing, elocution, you know. I would say that elocution is the vocal equivalent of Fred's toupee. Embarrassing at the best and worse when it slips.
Oh, I hope you've not said that to Fred.
No, but I wish somebody would.
Oh, give over if it makes him happy. Anyway, is this what you come for?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, I came to cancel them.
Hey, now.
Sorry.
Well, you can't leave me with 3 dozen of these on my hands.
Yeah, well, you see, it is the committee's money, and,
But you came in yesterday and ordered these.
not quite, and I think I'm in time to cancel them anyway.
Well, I think that's lovely. Thanks very much.
Sorry.
What am I going to do with 3 dozen Easter novelties now that Easter's gone?
Well, I don't know, but you've got a far better chance of doing something with them than I have. I mean, you are running a shop.
But I won't be much longer if I keep doing favours for people like you.
Yeah, well, to be brutally honest with you, I got the same thing elsewhere, only cheaper.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, well, I don't want to fall out with
Well,
you.
you just have.
Right, well, I think perhaps I'd better go then before it becomes permanent.
Bye.
Bye.
I just wish I could remember one half what Alf Roberts called Annie Walker.
Now, don't go getting
and
yourself
here's another
worked up.
posh-talking lump of
Don't
stuck
go on, Rita, don't. It's no good.
And where do you suppose he got them from?
Well, it could have been Renee. I know Derek did sell some
I'll
to her.
throttle that, Renee.
But she wasn't to know that Ken were getting them from you.
Then it's you. I'll throttle you.
Me?
Yes, you. If it wasn't for you and Loverboy, I wouldn't be up to here in Easter chickabiddies that I couldn't sell, would I?
I don't suppose Derek can take them back now.
Oh, he'll take them back. If I had to shove them down his throat.
Oh, hello, what are you doing here? I hope you've come to get shut of them ends.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
We've just been discussing it, haven't we, Stan?
Oh, aye, yeah.
How to get shut of them.
Yeah, well, I've been discussing it and all. And it's just a quick flick of the wrist, that's all it is.
Oh, aye, if you know what you're doing. If you don't, it just causes more pain and suffering, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, there's a chopper out there what we use for firewood.
A chopper? I'm not taking a chopper to them ends. I know every one of them ends personally.
Look, your end's your responsibility. Now, that's the only suggestion I've got for you. Because we can't have them eating us out of house and home, now can we?
Well, I'm not decapitating Mrs. Walker and Mrs. Sharples.
Well, it's not cruel. Be over in a second, wouldn't it? Well, there's no sense paying 50 pence an egg, is there? Well, is there?
How many were there today?
Don't know, I haven't looked.
Well, they are. There might be one or two.
Well, you're welcome to them. Just get the ends shifted.
Oh, all right, you can have the eggs. You can have the eggs and then I'll go out now and kill them. Somehow. Then you can take the eggs when they're dead.
Oh, shut up. Go and get the flipping eggs now. Right, you lot. Shift over. Go on. Hey! Do you think they've heard us talking? Luke?
Not bad, eh?
And there's more. There's more here. Cop hold of them.
How many is there?
5, 6, 7, 8. Ah. And a little one. Luke. Must be somebody's first go at having an egg.
Hey, that's 9.
Yeah. Not bad, is it? 9 eggs.
You're right. They must have heard us talking.
Hey, some of them must have laid more than one each.
Yeah, fantastic that, isn't it?
I never knew they could.
Well, the proof of the pudding's there. You can't argue with that.
Ah, you're right, yeah.
Right, you've got the eggs. Do you want to go in the house now while I do the business?
You are?
You know, ring their necks like you said.
Don't talk so daft.
Yeah, and you just be thankful that they don't put little lines on them anymore.
There's no hot pot today, Betty?
No, sorry, Chuck.
Oh, why not?
We haven't made any. There's pies.
Oh, pies it will have to be then.
We didn't get round to making any today. Mrs. Walker wasn't too bright.
Oh, I didn't realise you made it fresh. I thought it just marched on day after day, topping up the pan every so often.
Oh, but they do say the second day's best, but I won't trust it any longer than that.
Well, it's shattering my illusions, you know.
Hey, my dear.
Okay.
Lovely.
Sorry leaving you to cook, Betty. I've just been sorting the cellar out.
But don't call me Miss Capability for nothing.
Kenneth?
Hey,
Frederick?
you can tell, though, can't you?
Get us a pint, Stan. I've had unforeseen expenditure this
Don't
morning.
look at me, I'm skint.
Oh, come on.
Give it a pint, Fred, will you, and 2 glasses. I can't order halves, can I?
Hey.
What?
He's got the rug on.
Oh, why?
Hey, Stan.
What?
Ask your Hilda to lend us the curlers.
What do you want them for?
Oh, they're not for me. They're for Fred, but it's too sharp to ask.
All right. Come on. Any more gags, cracks, witticisms? Come on, spit them out. Let's have them. Come on, get shut. Right, you've had your chance.
You feeling better, Mrs. Walker?
Well, it's a question of not giving in to it. Very quiet in here.
Yes, isn't it?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Roberts.
I wonder if I could have a word, Mrs. Walker.
You may, if you insist.
Well, I think you deserve an explanation.
Well, if you want to have a word with me.
Well, I do, but, you know, more in private.
I dare say you'd better come through.
What's all that about?
Fancy a bit of an eavesdrop, do you?
Well, you better do that. I mean, you're wearing the disguise.
I've told you, Betty.
Although, you sound cheerful enough.
Well, it says the mood takes you, isn't it? Must be this spring weather.
Oh, I know, it's a right tonic, innit?
Yeah, I feel full of beans this morning.
You'll be going back to work then soon, will you?
Oh, I am fit enough now, you know. Of course, I've got to wait for the doctor to say it's all right.
Oh, I shouldn't think there's much doubt.
No, I'll be glad to get back and all. I mean, this is all right, you know, but I don't think I'm really cut out for it. Mind you, it is very educational. For every 3 penn'orth of peas that crosses this counter, there's 5 penn'orth of gossip.
Well, I've not come to gossip with you. I've got too many other things to do.
You busy then, Elder?
Well, had you ever known a skivvy that wasn't? Look, I've just come to say, you know my order. You don't mind, do you, Chuck? Well, you can scrub the eggs off it.
You don't want no eggs?
No, well, we'd be overflowing with them. We're going self-efficient in eggs.
Oh, paying off, are they then, your ends?
Oh, yeah, we'll be flogging him to him next. Mind you, they're Eddie's hens, really, but we feed them like.
Eddie's hens?
Strictly speaking, yeah.
Well, you must have got to him first because he was in here this morning buying half a dozen.
He was what?
He bought half a dozen eggs.
He bought half a dozen eggs. Oh, did he?
Okay, lovely. See ya. Ta.
I'm so glad that you came, Rainy dear.
Well, I'm glad that you know now, Mrs. Walker, and that you're willing to understand.
Yes, indeed, and I'm very concerned about it.
And you know it's nothing really to do with you.
I hope it goes all right in time.
Oh, so do I. It can go either way, you know. 1 minute he's as happy as Larry, and the next it takes the merest thing to send him hairless. And it's all to do with the accident, you know.
Mind you, it's been a severe shock to the system.
Oh, it's that blow up to the head, you know, that worries me.
I think that is all a matter of adjustment, and I shan't say a word.
It's very good of you.
Not at all.
Perhaps we'll see you later.
Was that Alf you were talking about?
I was under the impression I was having a private conversation.
Come on, I'm not deaf.
Well, now, look, dear, you mustn't gossip about it, but it seems that Alf has not been on, what shall we say, an even keel emotionally since the accident.
How do you mean?
Well, last night he went so far as to make an assault on me.
What?
Verbal, but violent.
Oh, that's never like Alf.
Exactly. Apparently the doctor is aware of it. It's emotional instability since the accident.
Oh, I thought he'd fully recovered.
So did I, but apparently it goes deeper than that.
Oh.
But you must not breathe a word.
Oh, I won't.
No. Now, where's Fred?
I think he's out the back.
Well, will you tell him I want a word with him when he's free? It's not important.
Yeah. But, I mean, Alf, he's so placid. It's hard to believe it. What exactly did he say to you?
No, dear.
Oh.
No, that is entirely forgotten as far as I'm concerned. Fred, Mrs. Walker wants you, love.
Oh, righto.
Yeah, she's through there, love.
How about tropical fish?
You what?
Tropical fish. I've always had an inclination for tropical fish. We could get an aquarium. We put it over there.
Whatever put that into your mind?
I don't know, it just popped in. Anyway, what do you think?
Well, I've no feelings about them one way or t'other. Aren't they very complicated?
Well, I suppose they are, but God's taken care of all that, hasn't he?
I mean to keep.
Oh, I'll have to find out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, well, it's an interest for you, isn't it?
It's a funny thing, though, just to come into your mind.
Yeah, well, Tommy Longley got one. I met him on my walk. Maybe that's what sowed the seeds. He got him when he started going deaf.
You don't think you're going deaf, do you?
Oh, don't be daft, love. You don't have to be deaf. You don't. Mind you, it's quite a thought. They'd be very satisfactory for a deaf person. Fish.
It looks like a fish, does Tommy Longley?
You know what they say about dog owners. Anyway, what do you think?
Well, if you want some, that's all right. What exactly do you do with tropical fish?
You just look at them.
You mean you just put your feet up and see what's on the aquarium?
I suppose so. It'd be very restful.
You didn't happen to see what's on at the Roxy, did you, on your walk?
No.
But what a shame. I fancy it, Flex.
Oh, well, I'll find yesterday's paper if you want to go out.
Why not?
Ah, right.
It's a long time since we went out.
Well, look, why don't we lock shop up and nip into Rovers for a pint of whey?
Hey, do you think that's a good idea?
Eh? Oh, look, I'm going to have to make my peace with her, aren't I?
It's nice to hear you say that.
Yeah, well, she's not that bad, I suppose. She's harmless enough.
Well, nice to see you back to your old self again. We'll have a right good night.
Ah.
Hey,
Oh, hello there, Hilda. Standing up with you.
feeding the hens, or he should be.
That's the stuff.
Now, what I want to know, if you don't mind, is what was you doing buying eggs?
Who was buying eggs?
You was buying eggs.
Who off?
Off Alf Roberts.
Now, why would I be buying eggs off Alf Roberts?
Well, now you're asking me the question I'm asking you.
Ah, yeah, well,
Well,
Well, I did go in the shop, yeah. And I did come out with half a dozen eggs.
that's what I said.
Yeah, only they weren't for me, they were for Monkey's missus. You know, she said, if you're passing, pop in and get us half a dozen eggs. Anyway, why are you interested?
Well, you can buy eggs for Mrs. Monkey all you want. Just don't try making a monkey out of me. That's all.
Albert.
Hello there.
Should be another half an hour yet, Bert, because he's asked her to stop behind to do some specials.
You know what? I think he fancies her.
Listen, she says she don't mind missing trailers any road, and she don't want out because she's going to call to fish up on the way home, so she can wait. But she said if you can't and you fancy a pie out, you can get one.
That's very good of her.
Well, you know what she needs.
Oh, yeah. I've got her permission to eat a pie. Mind you, I'm very grateful, otherwise I'd starve. Have I got her permission to buy you a drink, I wonder?
Oh, you what? She'd get jealous.
About time and all.
No, Tam. You know our Jack, don't you? If a buck put his tea on a plate in front of him, he'll eat all in the table where it ought to be. Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra, love. Thanks very much.
Better keep an eye on time, you know. What time's it
All
start?
right, it doesn't start till 7:20.
Hey, up, you going at Roxy?
Yeah.
Hey, we are. It's a good one, I believe.
Come with us, get a few more and we'll have a shower.
There you go, Al.
Fred. I've seen something of yours in the bin.
Oh, well, I had finished with it.
You don't want to go wasting your money like that, you know.
Well, we're only good for a laugh.
Well, you can give as good as you get, can't you? Look, you want to keep it, lovey, you know. Wear it for your best when you feel like getting dressed up.
You think so?
I think you look very nice in it.
You really think so?
I do.
Oh, well, I'll go and fish it out.
I'll save you the trouble. There you are.
Well, thanks very much, Betty.
You're glad I did, aren't you?
Well, it did cost a bob or two, you know.
Annie.
Hello.
What can I say, love? I don't know what came over me. I mean, it was nothing you did, you know. It was just, well, I suppose I was on edge and you came along at the wrong moment.
Alf, there's no need to say another word.
Well, I think there is, you see, 'cause
No,
I don't...
Alf, honestly. Rena's explained everything to me. It requires no further apology.
Rena's explained.
Alf, I understand.
Rena's
everything.
explained? What exactly have you explained? Would you mind telling me?
Please.
You've been here behind my back.
Well, I thought Mrs. Walker should have an apology.
Nobody bloody apologises for me. Did you hear that? A wife that apologises for her husband. What did you tell her? Did you tell her I didn't know what I was doing half the time? Is that my reason for telling a few home truths?
Alf, love, please, now stop it.
I won't stop it until I've had my say, and it's this. If you've got a husband you need to apologise for, you can start looking for another one. Because I've had enough of you. I never want to see you again. And that goes for the lot of you.
Stop it.
I've had you lot.
Oh, I can't stand anymore. I can't stand.
That poor girl. I didn't sleep a wink last night for worrying.
Well, I shouldn't think she got much sleep either.
Terrible thing, you know, dear, illness of that sort.
Yet, you see, with head injuries, I mean, well, you've got to expect anything, haven't you? I mean,
Yes,
she
but-
was warned, you know, of the possibilities.
I know, love, but even that doesn't prepare you for when it happens.
No.
To see a loved one completely change character in the twinkling of an eye, round on you like a wild beast.
I wonder what brought that on. I mean, to go on the way he did last night in the middle of a public bar.
Just what you see, love, when they're taken like that, I think they lose all sense of their surroundings, lose control completely. Well, certainly Alf did. It was terrifying.
I don't think he'd have got physical, though. He was only abusive.
Only abuse.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't think he'd have hit her or anything.
Not that time.
Do you think he might?
Well, in that state, who's to say what might happen, especially if they're provoked?
Ah, but really only...
Now, look, Elizabeth, you know, and I know, and Rena herself knows, that all she did was to make a perfectly reasoned apology to me for his early behaviour. But if he's not rational...
Things get distorted, like.
Precisely.
All right, love.
Yeah, fine. It's on the table. I've poured it out. It might need warming up.
Thanks. Oh, it's just right. You shouldn't have bothered, you know. I'd have come in and made it.
You know, I don't like the way things are going. Between Russia and China, that American visit did no good at all. I don't know which is worse prospect, these two as allies or these two at each other's throats.
Don't let's try solving the world's problems, love. Let's concentrate on them at home first.
Look, I said I was sorry for what happened last night.
I don't mean last night. I mean getting you better.
Well, I am better. I feel a bit better every day.
Yes, I know you do, but it can't be right, can it? I mean, if you're making progress, flying off the handle the way you did.
Oh, we're not going to start all that again, are we?
We haven't really talked about it. You were too upset last night. We both were.
Look, I got into a state because I was annoyed about you apologising for me. I'm sorry I got angry, and I've no right to do it in public. It won't happen again. But people do get annoyed, you know, whether they've had a bang on the head or not. It don't make me into a nutcase.
No, I know.
No, well, let's just leave it, shall we? Look, I've said I'm sorry, love. It won't happen again. Can't we just forget all about it?
Yeah, all right.
I'm here, Hilda. What's for breakfast?
You'll be lucky.
Well, there you are. Now have a good look. Go on. Examine it close.
Well, that's about it. It looks like an egg.
Ah, but it's a very valuable egg, Stanley. It's the only egg you'll see today what costs a fiver a time to produce.
Oh, give over, Hilda. It never cost that.
How do you know? Have you worked out what it costs to feed and clothe them hens?
We don't clothe them.
Oh, you know what I mean. Give them bed and board, not to mention my time and attention. And how do they say thank you? By laying one dratted little egg between the whole lot of them.
Well, give them a chance, Hilda.
Oh, they've had more chances than Elsie Tanner's had fellas.
Look, I'll talk to them.
Yeah, give them a little lecture on productivity. That should get them going.
Look, they've got feelings, you know. They probably can't lay in a hostile atmosphere. They need sympathy.
Oh, I don't know. What between you and him and them feathered fools outside? Only one what needs sympathy round here is me.
She's coming at the end of her tether. I know the signs. 2 days' time, them chickens have had shot, I'll tell you.
Not if they start laying chucky eggs, they know.
Great, but how can we do that?
By giving Mother Nature a hand like we did before.
She'll cotton on. She's not as daft as she looks, you know.
Give over. Who can tell one egg from another except its mam?
Lily Ashwell were asking after you.
What?
I took her a few buns round. She's down with bronchitis again.
Aye, poor lass. She's always ailing.
Oh, well, she's getting on, you know. We got talking about the old days. You remember Harry Phelps?
Piggy Phelps? He was used to sell trap and trotters on Salford Market.
Aye, when he wasn't standing on Salford Market, you'd find him in his own corner at Joe Lyons. Cup of tea and a round of toast. They used to say he had no home to go to.
Aye, his overcoat always tied up with string. Hey, winter and summer alike.
Woolly gloves on with no fingers.
Aye, mind you, weren't that he couldn't afford that different. It was just him.
Tilly Clough, she was another. Do you remember? She used to wear men's hobnail boots with no laces in.
And Tattooed Charlie, Old Front Mill, eh? He used to have some characters in times.
We've got them today, but these days they're highly paid funk stars.
Aye.
If Piggy Phelps and Tilly Clough were to come back today, they'd be leaders of fashion.
Yeah. You know, I often sit and think about the old times.
No good clinging to the past, Albert. We're stuck with the present, whether we like it or not.
Aye. Or whether it likes us or not.
Well, you're bound to slow down as you get older. It stands to reason.
Look, if you slow down any more, you'll be spending your days stood still.
I do me whack. It's not my fault I can't get round like I used to.
Oh, you want to get yourself fitter, Stan. That's your problem.
My problem's my back. That's a cross I've got to bear.
Exactly. I mean, it can't do your back much good carrying all that flab around, can it? And not to mention your ticker.
I haven't come here to be insulted. I can get that at home, can't I?
We all get a little bit touchy where our weight's concerned. Yeah, but there's no need, you know. Not if you look after yourself from the start.
I know I've always done my best to keep trim. I believe one owes it to oneself.
Yes, I quite agree.
I can remember the time when you were as lithe and muscular as young Steve there, thin as a whippet he was, believe it or not.
Hey, now, steady on, steady on. All right, I might have filled out a bit, but, well, I like to think I'm still in pretty good shape.
Possibly.
Yeah, well, in any case, he's a few years younger than I am.
Oh, and I keep saying it's got nothing to do with age. And I've no intention of walking around with 6 or 7 spare tyres round me, even when I'm as old as you are, Ken. Or Oggy.
Oh, it's not easy, though, is it? You know, when you like the good things in life. I mean, with me, I'd no more think of saying no to a plate of fish and chips than I would to, well, winning the pools. It's absolutely true what they say, isn't it? Most people dig their graves with their teeth.
Oh, rubbish. All these people trying to keep fit with their jogging and their dieting. No. What's the sense of doing that if you're going to make yourself miserable? Give us another pint, will you? Am I right, Ken?
No, Stanley. Don't think you are. I'm sorry to say, I think he is. You know, I was beginning to feel quite fit and healthy until we started having this conversation.
Well, I'll go and get some lunch on if you're all right in here.
How many more times do I have to tell you?
You're all right. I'm a fuss pot.
Box of mashes, 2 cheese and pickle barm cakes, and half a dozen eggs.
You buying eggs? I thought you had your own little production line next door.
Yeah, well, that's true, definitely.
Oh, been letting you down, have they?
No, they haven't. They're little belters, them hens.
So, what are you buying eggs for?
It's a shop, innit?
As far as I know.
Well, I should have thought that all that concerns you is what people buy, not why. Now, do we get them eggs or not?
Oh, you get 'em, Eddie, you get 'em.
Actually, they're for Monkey's missus. I mean, fresh-laid eggs are wasted on here. She'd soon have stale, shop-bought ones, you know. No accounting for some people's taste, is there? Ta-ta.
Think he's up to something?
I would say in the circumstances there's a strong probability.
To do with them chickens?
Yeah, well, eggs and chickens usually go together, aye.
Shall we investigate?
How?
Leave it to me.
Oh, by the heck. One of these days I'll find my arms are stretched clean down to the floor. Lugging shopping, lugging washing, lugging flipping vacuum cleaners. Well, come on, take it off me then.
Oh, what are you doing there, Briggs?
If you shifted a few less of these a week, we'd all be better off.
Don't you start. I've had a row with young Fisher in the roads about that. Besides, spuds are good for you.
Not fried up into great clumping greasy chips and stuffed between 2 doorsteps of bread and marge, they're not. If you had any consideration, you'd buy me a shopping trolley. Well, a car would be nice. I mean, other working class folk have cars. But being an Ogden, I'll settle for a shopping trolley.
Don't be down in the dumps, Hilda. I don't like to see you without a smile on your face.
Now, what have I got to smile about? Just name me one thing.
Well, judging by the squawking and clucking that's been going on in that backyard, our little feathered friends have been very busy on our behalf.
Yeah, if I know 'em, they was probably holding a strike meeting. I mean, never mind laying, they'll be picketing next.
All the same, it's worth having a look. Or shall I go?
No, I'll go. No rest for the wicked.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, Sam! Eddie, come here a minute! Hey, look at this. 5 new laid eggs. Aren't they clever? Ah, you didn't let your Auntie Hilda down after all, did you? I hope you're going to keep it up. Just for me, eh?
I thought you got 6 eggs.
Oh, give me some credit, Stanley. Hens don't lay eggs in nice tidy half dozens. I think she would have cottoned on. There we are, Duchess. What did I tell you? Everything comes to her who waits.
No, I'm serious, Ken. Why don't you think of starting him up again?
Not a dog with a bone, you, when you get going, aren't you?
Well, I think it's important, that's why. I don't see why you stopped the Keep Fit classes in the first place.
I'd love to do keep fit. Do you know, I get out of breath just running upstairs from the cabin to the flat these days. Well, I mean, that's not right.
Personally, I think a sensible diet and a modicum of exercise are all that a normal person requires. Moderation in all things for healthy living.
Well, some of us haven't got your discipline, Mrs. Walker. I mean, take me. When chocolate's coming through the window, my willpower flies out through the door.
I wouldn't mind going jogging. I've often thought of that.
Well, why don't you go?
Oh, I feel silly on my own.
Well, I'll go with you.
Would you really?
I will if you will. Say tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Nothing too strenuous to start. Say just once round the block, all right?
Right. I say, Ken, why don't you put a notice up at the centre? I'm sure lots of people would like to join. You know, people like me who think they'd look silly on their own. But, well, if there's a whole gang of you.
A right bunch of silly joggers.
Well, actually, that's not a bad thought. Particularly taken in conjunction with something somebody else said earlier today about the young, lithesome, muscular, whippet-like Kenneth Barlow they used to know and love.
Now, Kenneth, I didn't mean...
All right, Mrs. Walker. No offence taken. In fact, you might have done me one heck of a good turn.
I hope you remember that when you come staggering in here with every muscle in your body aching.
I take it you won't be joining us then, Mrs. Turpin?
No. I'll be your team mascot if you like.
Hey, I've just lugged about 10 ton of shopping home, and would you believe I've come back without the very thing I went out for?
You needn't have carried it all, Mild. If it were all that heavy, Alf would have dropped it in for you.
Oh, well, that's very good of him, but I couldn't really expect him to, seeing as I got it at the supermarket. Well, I mean, they do have coppers off everything, and you have to make the pound in your pocket stretch as far as you can, don't you?
All right, Hilda. What is it you've forgotten that we can sell you?
A packet of salt. Guess what I'm having for my dinner? 2 boiled eggs, fresh from my own hens. Oh, there's naught to beat the taste of a new-laid egg, is there? Sweet as a nut.
Don't tell me you're getting so much out of that menagerie at last, Hilda, apart from a load of clucking.
Well, naturally. Oh, they're into their stride now and laying beautiful, lovely big eggs and all, not like what you get in here. Oh, wait, no offence meant. Only free range is best. There's no getting away from it.
I bet if she wanted ticks, she wouldn't go to the supermarket. What's the joke?
You might say, what's the yoke?
Oh.
Well, come on, tell.
It's a shocking story.
It is very nasty.
What? Do you think Elsie can take it?
Oh, I think she's just about old enough, aye.
It's the sordid truth about the Ogden's eggs.
It's these new-laid, free-range, fresh as a nut eggs that Hilda thinks her hens are laying.
Hilda thinks her hens, but they're not. Oh, come on, don't stop now.
Well, I think it's a great idea.
Oh, what about Gail? Do you think she'll come?
Yeah, she will if I tell her she is, yeah.
And, what about Elsie?
Well, it depends what you're asking me. If it's a fabulous night out, the answer's yes.
Early morning jogging club.
The answer's no.
If I were you, Ken, I'd quit while I was ahead. 2 out of 3's not bad.
You don't think that she could be convinced? Fair enough.
Not even if you tell her she's terribly out of condition, could do with losing some weight, has an early morning smoker's cough that lasts the entire day. She'll not listen to you, will you?
No.
See?
All right, I know when I'm licked. I'll let you know the arrangement. I'll go and see who else's arm I can twist.
Sure.
Hey, where you going?
Into town. I'm going to give them job agents another go. Worth a try?
I've got a right scream to tell you.
Well, tell us when I come in tonight. If I run, I'll catch the 1:30 bus. Yeah, that's another thing you couldn't do. Run for a bus.
I'll tell you something, kid. I've given up running after things, whether it be buses or fellas. Neither of them are worth catching.
Where's Alf now?
He's gone for a walk. He wanted a breath of fresh air.
All right today, is he?
Well, yes, he seems to be. As a matter of fact, we had a laugh about the Ogdens. But to be honest, Betty, I'm living from moment to moment. 1 minute is all right, and the next... Have you got a minute? Only it's more private in here, you know.
Well, I'd like to help you, lovey, but... Well, I really don't know what I can say.
Oh, it's like I'm treading on eggshells, Betty. I've got to watch every word I say, in case it upsets him.
Well, does he know this is how you feel?
Oh, yeah, he only gets more annoyed and he thinks I'm fussing. Oh, he's very sorry for what happened last night in the pub. He bitterly regrets it. But he seems to think I'm using it against him.
In what way?
says he's not a nutcase and anybody can lose their temper.
Well, they can.
No, but not Alf. Oh, he has a bit of a paddy, I know, but nothing like that, and never in public. I mean, it just seems a different man. Oh, drat. Not be a minute.
Okay.
It's a little lad bringing back empties. You see, the doctor, he warned me that this could happen. He said that his personality might change because of the accident.
Well, then, perhaps it's only a temporary thing, lovey.
Well, if it were, I could cope. But I don't know, do I? I don't know whether it's going to stay like this or get worse. And if so, how much worse? He was only violent with words last night, Betty. Oh, I am frightened.
Of Alf?
Not of him. For him. You see, I think he could be seriously ill. And he won't talk about it, so what can I do?
Sit down, lovey. Come. You can't go on, lovey, living under this sort of strain indefinitely. I mean, you'll be the next one to crack. Look, you've got to make him see, lovey, that he needs help. And if he goes and there's nothing wrong, well, that's grand. At least you'll both be reassured.
But how can I convince him of that? Everything's fine. Well, almost, so long as I keep off the topic. But the minute I mention it, he goes off the deep end. Oh, and Betty, I can't stand another scene like we had in pub last night.
Look, you can't go on hiding your head in the sand like that, love. It's going to do nobody any good. Look, why won't he talk about it? I mean, have you any idea?
I suppose he's frightened too.
Ah, you won't go to the doctors in case there is something wrong.
Close your eyes and it'll go away.
Well, perhaps it will.
And if it doesn't, if we're too late?
Then, love, you've only got yourself to reproach. You know, because you weren't brave enough or strong enough while there was still time to do something about it. I mean, even if it means a few upsetting scenes, look, if you can make him face up to it and do something about it, well, surely that's worth a few restless nights.
What you're saying is it's up to me.
Susie, you in? Oh, she must be still out job hunting. What colour did you say it was?
Pink, frosted pink. She said it was too toffee-ish for her, so I may as well have it. I'll have out if it's free.
She's mad, you know. She buys a different bottle every week and never finishes. Here it is. Wait a minute. There. Oh, I think that's a nice colour, don't you?
That's all right, for where I go.
Yeah, well, life's a bit like that, isn't it, kid?
Yeah, you know it is. Still, mustn't complain.
No, but you mustn't accept either. You've got to make the most of your opportunities in this world.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you.
See you do.
Now, there's a cert, if ever I've seen one.
I wouldn't count on it.
Ken's forming a jogging club, Susie. We're hoping you'll join.
Yeah, he did mention it. I'll have a bit of lemon, please, with ice if you've got it.
So we can count on you to be all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I've got to get myself a decent job before I give me spare time to anything else.
Oh, it's only a few minutes a day, Susie. You must join everybody else's.
Yeah, I probably will.
Oh, good. Oh, now how did you get on, Ken? I got 5 girls interested in the factory. Well, 4 definite and 1 possible.
And there's a young couple that comes in the cabin. They're very keen and they're going to tell all the friends. Even the paper lads will give it a try.
And what about Rita?
Oh, no, she says she's more one for indoor sports.
Yeah, well, she's got the right idea. According to that Dr. Bernard, you're all potty. An orgy would do you a lot more good than running from here to Kingdom Come. Now, if you organise something like that, I might just let you twist me arm.
If it was something like that, I can't see anybody rushing to twist your arm.
What's wrong with me?
Well, if it came to playing sardines, Chuck, I'd rather be locked in a cupboard with King Kong.
What makes you think I'd want to be locked in a cupboard with you anyway? What makes you such a flaming hot property?
I've more admirers than you have.
Yeah, and they've all got little white sticks and all.
No need to get personal.
Well, she's always making cracks about my appearance. She wants to have a look at herself for a change. I mean, for a start, with a bum like that, she could change the course of the Nile. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror in them tight jeans?
I don't have to stand and be insulted by a big, fat, ignorant slob like you, thank you very much.
dear.
Oh, she did seem very upset.
Yeah, I mean, she usually takes that sort of thing in a stride, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, I think she's upset because she's still not found herself a job.
Yeah.
I know she fancies herself, but you didn't have to go after that hard, did you, Eddie?
Yes, I did. Anyway, it's not just her. It's all them girls who think they're God's gift, turning me down as if I was just a bit of dirt. I mean, I might not have a flash car or be John Travolta, but I am human, you know. I have got feelings.
Well, so is Susie.
Yeah, well, she'll get over it. Water off a duck's back to her. Why don't you have a bit of sympathy for me for a change?
He's just a big, fat, ignorant slob. Who gave him the right to criticise? Who made him God?
Chips or salad?
Salad. I could boil him in flipping oil, I could, honest.
I suppose I'd better ask who the object of all this love and affection is.
Eddie Big Gob Yates.
Oh, I've got a right screen of a story to tell you about him.
He's just an uncouth slob.
Well, I don't know what he's done to you, but you're too what he's done to poor old Hilda.
Insulting me in front of a pub full of people. What's he done to Hilda?
Well, you know the silly moo thinks them chickens have started laying again. Well, it's a contract. All them eggs are from the corner shop.
What for? Where's the sense in that?
I don't know, but there must be some method in his madness. Imagine sticking all them shop-bought eggs on a chicken's bottoms and Hilda thinking she's hit the jackpot.
Elsie, can I put another couple of eggs on to hard boil?
No. One's enough. You get egg bound.
Oh, I don't want to eat them.
You are?
Now, what would happen if Hilda suddenly found those precious hens of hers were laying hard-boiled eggs? She wouldn't think that was a miracle of nature, now would she? She'd tumble to the fact that some great big twit's been conning her, and which great big twit's had more to do with them birds than she has.
Oh, hell hath no fury like Hilda Ogden scorned. Hey, Eddie Yates is going to need a flaming bodyguard.
Now, little, stop him keeping his nose out of other people's business, including mine.
Don't forget, there's a double bill of classic Coronation Street Christmas episodes, actually tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Next tonight here on Plus, Blind Date.